is AJ Winters, and I am honored to be hosting the second game of this wonderful 12-hour Talk Like a Pirate themed charity stream, with all the proceeds going to childhood cancer support. Childhood Cancer Support is a children's cancer charity that is strongly family focused and supports affected children, their families and communities throughout each stage of the hardest journey that we can imagine they're going through. Which is why we are all blessed to be able to roll some dice and pretend to be pirates for them today. I'm excited. There is a link in chat for you guys to go and donate to this incredible cause. Now, let me introduce you to the amazing players that I get to play with today. Team, tell them who you are, where they can find you, and who you're playing today. We'll start with my fellow AJ.
Oh God. So hi, I'm AJ. I will be playing Brian, the Water Genasi Battlemaster Fighter. You can find me live with the rest of my D&D group. Let me get this right. On the Eldritch Scribe on Twitch. We're live every Monday at 12 p.m. GMT +1, and I think also the DM does streams on Thursdays doing battle maps and world lore and stuff like that.
Ooh,
so, yeah.
Very cool, very cool. All right, Peshy.
Hello, my name is Josh, under the moniker Tales of Pesh. I have my own Twitch channel at Tales of Pesh, where we broadcast D&D layer play. You can check me out on YouTube, where I produce Eberron lore videos, among other things. And I'm also a music producer. You can catch me making beats on the stream sometimes, or you can find me on Spotify under the moniker Peshy.
Love that. Phoenixiwaki.
Hey, my name is John. I'm from Phoenixiwaki, and you can find us over at Phoenixiwaki on Twitch, doing lots and lots of D&D. We're playing Rime of the Frost Maiden and Candlekeep Mysteries and Out of the Abyss and all sorts of exciting things. 2 new campaigns starting next month, and the famous one-shot roulette, which is always a good time.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. I survived a kindergarten sports day, 5 hours in the blazing sun. AJ, bring it.
Gold star.
Who are you? I just realized we didn't get to who Pesh is playing. So
Oh yeah.
Describe your character for me. Who are you playing
I will
today?
be playing Boltar the Magnificent, a clairvoyant and entertainer extraordinaire from the Far East.
Brilliant, brilliant. And John?
I am playing Cornelius, a Loxodon warlock.
Hell yeah.
I love it already. All right, Dread.
Yo, hi, I'm also Josh, and my moniker is Dreaded GM. You can find me on the Twitch channel Dreaded GM, where I do all sorts of things, like running D&D mostly 3 times a week. We did have variety night, but that's now moved to YouTube Live, so if you want to see that, you'll have to join our Discord, but other than that, you can catch us Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday, playing Dungeons and Dragons. We have a lot of fun. I've played with these beautiful, many people here before and had a bunch of fun, and I'm very excited to play with everyone else that's here. Just quickly, I need to plug it, otherwise I'll forget to do it. At the end of October, we are holding a virtual convention for tabletop role-playing games known as DreadCon. 3 days we will be doing all the tabletop fun. Our Discord will be live 72 hours, 3 days a week, and they will have many events on our Twitch channel. Yes. But other than that, I'm very happy to be here. I love charity, I love community, I love collaboration, I love creativity, and yeah, I can't wait to get into it.
Which is exactly what today is about. And who are you playing today, Dread?
Oh, yes, I'll be playing Winston. He is an elderly gentleman, and he has an air of mystique about him. He is a crack shot as well. If anyone in the party has been traveling with Winston for a long time, you know that he can shoot off the wings of a fly or a butterfly at 100 yards, easy. So, yeah.
Very interesting. And
Yes.
last but certainly not least, Keren. Hi.
Hi, I am Keren, aka the Mother of Bunnies. It's my ultra adorable background today. I'm a writer, a performer. I was probably if you have heard of me, it's probably because I was V on Academy of Xandar with the long-haired redhead AJ. But I will be doing the Humberwood Civil War campaign on Corsairs Cove from this Thursday night. And you can also find me in the Dungeons and Dragons podcast, There Be Dragons, as Ryland Westfall. But today I will be playing a parrot. I mean a raptor, yes. Called Polyani, who is a roguish individual, who's possibly going to get up to some trouble. So we'll find out.
How intriguing. I'm already excited. Okay. So, today's game is a little different. The premise: at dawn, a ship leaves the docks boarded by the most bizarre and eclectic crew of passengers. Some hired, some paid entry, but every single one of them shrouded in rumors and intrigue. Each of these players has supplied me with some rumors. Each player has been given an intention as to why they have boarded the ship, and each player has a secret they are trying to hide. But before we begin what I am calling Journey to Ipodon Islands, I need to shout out our amazing sponsors for today's event. Firstly, Wooden Forge. They design and manufacture high-quality wooden tabletop gaming products using beautiful Australian and exotic hardwoods. They are local to WA and even do custom orders. I adore that. Check out their incredible work on their website, woodenforge.com, and use the code Humble1. Is that the code? Is that the right code? Humble1 at checkout for the cheeky discount. Ooh. They have very kindly donated a beautiful Tasmanian Blackwood dice keeper for today with a Bordeaux leather inlay into the prize pool, and it is one of kind. So go and do that. Our second sponsor is Roll with Advantage. They are an all-female team over East who create stunning dice sets and post it all in eco-friendly packaging. A plus, tick, love that. They have given us several sets of gorgeous dice into the pool as well, along with some enamel pins and funky stickers to decorate your notepads with. Check out their gorgeous team and their work over on rollwithadvantage.com.au. Every $5 that people donate today is an entry into that prize pool. What did I say? Entry into that prize pool. So go ahead and donate, and maybe you'll get some wooden products to roll your dice in, or dice. So that's awesome. Okay.
Every time you say wooden products, my brain just kind of just goes nuts, and I can't help it. I'm just like, bleh. I love me some high quality hardwood. I mean, what?
Don't we all? And it's polished with beautiful.
Ooh,
Polished
fancy.
from repeated rubbing.
Yeah.
God, stop it.
Okay, let's
Damn
get
it,
into it.
Now we hear his face.
So let me change up the music. Let's do a little throwback nostalgia moment, because some of these songs were from Academy, so this is very intriguing for me. So that's not playing.
Ooh.
There we go. Okay. The air is particularly crisp this morning, the bite to it sharper than the teeth of the saber-toothed quartermaster. The ship before you, the Maiden's Misstep, is sailing for Ipodon Islands within the hour in search of the missing vessel from the Empire. The captain herself has been very shady about why her ship, a known pirate ship, is on this particular quest in the first place. All of you know 3 rumors. The captain has something to do with the missing ship. There is a rumored assassin on board, and no one here truly knows what lies between the islands. So, let's go with Cornelius. You step aboard the ship. Could you describe your character for us?
Indeed. Cornelius is a medium height Loxodon with resplendent ears, slightly pushed down by the kind of safari-esque hat on his head. He has a long trunk with little Corsairs, down the length of it, which is often wielding his magnifying glass, as he is an investigator, a searcher for treasures, and is famous for retrieving them from sunken shipwrecks using his snorkeling ability as a Loxodon. And he is wearing a kind of like dark olive green suit with a shirt underneath, unbuttoned, a few too many down, and big sturdy boots for the voyage as he comes clumping across. Yes, at least we're ready to get underway. And now, Captain, you got room for a big one?
Indeed, sir, we do. Please, come aboard.
Just clumps heavily onto the deck. I hope we've got fair winds.
We are predicting an average journey. May be rough. Are you willing to invest your time in that?
A little choppy weather is to be expected. Although I've heard voyages aboard your ship are anything but average.
Indeed. Make yourself at home, why don't you, Cornelius? Following Cornelius's on step to the ship, we have Brian. Brian, could you describe your character for us, please?
Yeah, so you see maybe just under 6 foot, standing fairly proud, like perfect posture, walking around always wearing his chainmail armor. It seems like he's been wearing it for probably too long, given the fact that it's sort of crusted with salt. He's got a big great sword strapped to his back. He's got a short sword strapped to the hip. Yeah, he walks with purpose wherever he's going. And, being a water genasi, he's a little, moist of face.
Moist of face is the perfect
moist of face. I mean, come on. Yeah, and God, now's the time for me to pick the voice for him.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Is there still room on the ship with the Loxodon, or able to squeeze one more on?
Of course. Please, step aboard.
Perfect. Thank you kindly, Captain.
May I ask what your intentions are for this journey?
Not really sure, just find out some answers, I guess. Few curiosities.
Don't we all have curiosities? Well, go and see to the first mate. They'll be able to provide you their quarters and a task for the journey.
Sounds like a plan.
Brilliant. Following up, not too quickly behind the water genasi, but relatively fast, is Winston.
All right. You see Winston step on board, and as you do, you can see that he is adorned with the cracks of time. Many wrinkles wreathe his face, set in this elderly face. You see these eyes that sort of pierce the veil of that time that has passed. They're very sharp, and they look like hawk eyes. He wears a big, heavy pirate's jacket that is just coated in sea salt. And he has a very long and oiled beard that comes down to a ponytail, and his mustache is curled up ever so slightly.
Nice.
He empties his pipe on the deck, making sure it's not burning. He'll step on it, and then he'll start to load it back up, and he'll look to the captain and just nod. Captain.
Welcome. Your quarters have been seen to.
Thank you. He'll hobble on. You can see that as he does, he has his bow on his back, and it's got like a special sheath for it as well. It is a very fine instrument of death and yep. So,
Fine
right.
instrument of death.
Fine
Perfect.
instrument of death.
Great
Beautiful.
way to leave
Yeah.
that.
Right there.
Bolter, you are next aboard.
Boltar is a sort of late middle-aged man with a very sort of Humphrey Bogart-esque look about him. A thick, dark mustache, a purple suit with a low purple waistcoat and high boots with a purple turban on his head with a large peacock feather set in a green jewel. Sort of like whiffs around in the breeze as he steps up the gangplank on board. Quite a motley crew you've assembled here, Captain.
I find it's good to travel with a different crew every time. I have my staples, but mystery runs the ship, you would say.
I like that. I'm quite happy to be aboard. Thank you for having me. He goes into a low bow with a like sort of flourish of the hands.
She nods back. She is a very elegant looking pirate with long cascading black hair and a white streak that matches up with 3 scars across her eye. She's dressed and adorned in this red ornate jacket with gold buttons fastening all the way down and heavy set boots that have jewels encrusted into them.
It's a pleasure to finally meet you, Captain. Some interesting scars you have there.
And a few drinks later tonight, I might tell you about them.
I look forward to it.
On your way?
To my quarters, then.
And who might you be? She turns around to see a parrot already aboard her ship.
Greetings. I thought you could be using a proper pirate aboard your delightful pirate ship.
Indeed. Captain Opal. Pleasure.
Polyani. Pirate under many sails and with many applicable skills.
As?
Well, I'm very nimble, so it's very hard for people to hit me. And as you can see, I've got these butte wings going on. So I have been known to do a little bit of gliding here and there. It's very handy when you're trying to get from the top of the mast to the deck without nutting yourself.
Very handy pirate skills indeed. And your qualifications must be vast, so I will ask no further questions.
Oh, very kind of you, ma'am.
What would you need as a quarter? A nest? Or bed?
Cozy corner will do for me, ma'am.
Of course. I have the perfect room for you. Follow me. She leads you down these steps and corridors into the lower deck and shows you a room where 4 others are already situated. They have individual bunks that have these sort of dividers between them, but you are all in the same room.
Well,
The newest of my crew. I'll leave you to get acquainted, and I'll call you for dinner before we sail. She shuts the door, leaving you 5 alone.
Ahoy, shipmates! It's a beautiful day for an adventure.
Sure is.
I'm Polyani, professional piratess, you might say.
Well, Boltar the Magnificent, clairvoyant and your entertainment for the duration of the journey.
A clairvoyant? Does that mean you can read my mind?
I can actually. Would you like to?
Here, let me think of something not inappropriate. Okay, then go.
Let's see
Uh,
this.
Guess he's going to. He's got an orb inside of his pocket. He's going to pull it out and flourish his hand about the top of it as it begins to emit a light blue glow and cast Detect Thoughts on Polyani.
Okay. Is that a contention, or do you just do it? The surface ones or the deeper ones?
The deeper ones.
Ooh.
Spicy already.
Spicy. Brilliant. And remind me how that works.
So if Polyani resists the probing, then she has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Does Polyani resist?
Yeah. For shit.
Yes, she does.
Yes, she does.
She attempts to. Oh,
Oh, does an 18 resist your deep probing thoughts?
I am feeling deep thoughts of hunger. You're thinking about what we're having for dinner.
Guys, I think he might be magical.
No, thank you. If anybody wants their future told, feel free to approach me.
I mean, aren't we all wondering what we're going to have for dinner? Like, I'm just curious as to if we're going to have dinner on this ship, or whether, we had to provide our own.
It was on my mind because the captain just mentioned it.
Exactly. My point.
I hope you've got more than just parlor tricks. Boltar, was it?
Boltar, yes. And I assure you there are no parlor tricks, my good friends.
Well,
Right.
where we're headed, who knows what lies in wait for us, so we'll find out, I suppose.
And what's your name, mate?
Me, Cornelius.
Pleasure, Polyani. And you? Over there.
Ryan.
Hi. And the quiet one who appears to be ignoring me.
I'm not
Hello?
ignoring you.
Oh, okay.
You can call me Proud Shade.
Hi, Proud Shade.
Well met.
I'd like you all to roll a perception check for me.
Ooh.
Is this
Oh.
smell related?
And a natty 20 on the first roll.
Dude,
Ooh.
I got a
Ooh.
Stop it.
6.
I will say it is smell related, so you can have
Huzzah.
advantage.
Snuffling trunk, snuffling trunk. Oh god, those dice are judged.
So with a nat 20 from one of the party, and anyone over a 15, a strange sensation becomes you. You feel tense and relaxed at the same time. Your body almost in constant motion and yet still. For a split second, you feel suspended in time. And then it's gone. And a bell rings from the deck.
Did everyone else feel that?
Did the bell do that, or?
That sensation. Can I possibly do an insight check to see if everyone else is like, I felt that sensation of stasis?
You can do an insight check on everyone, sure.
An 11.
You assume that they all felt it. Definitely Brian.
As Proud Shade says that, Cornelius furrows his brow and brings up the magnifying glass in his trunk, and his ears flap, and as they do, they kind of leave a blurred motion behind them. There's kind of this strange ethereal kind of wafting coming off behind where they're swinging through the air, and he casts Detect Magic.
Fancy.
A strange magic permeates the air. Time magic. Something you have only ever experienced once with a magical object you found on the shores of the capital. But this surrounds the ship. The bell rings once more.
Suppose we should go, yeah?
If we don't, that incessant tolling will probably continue. I'll stand up.
Yeah.
Take a puff of my pipe and start heading towards the door.
Yeah, I'll hold the door open.
Brown Shade, you got any more of that tobacco? Cornelius also pulls out a pipe.
Of course. I'll hand over a pouch of tobacco.
He knocks out the pipe, and the bits that fall out of the pipe become a smoky mage hand, and grab the tobacco and pull it into the pipe.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He
that
kind of
is a neat trick, that is.
He raises one eyebrow at Bolter.
By the time you make it up to the deck, something is very different. For one, the ship is already sailing. The vast ocean is drifting by as the sails are filled with air and moving. But the strangest thing, you don't feel the motion. It's almost as if the boat isn't touching the water. You don't feel the rock that you would normally do on a ship. And
Over to the
before
side.
you, a giant table decked out with dinner.
Stop clumping over to the side.
Ollie's just going to flutter over to the food and not worry about it too much.
Welcome. As you can see, we have left the docks, and
Yes.
it is no longer morning. So,
I am.
That's quite
Now
impressive
see why.
trick.
I now see why your passage on the ship was so damned expensive.
indeed, there are ways to avoid being captured or found among the seas of pirates. My secrets are my own. Come.
I'm very impressed.
Proudshade is waiting to see whether or not the food is poisoned. He's watching Polly intently.
Perfect.
It's my intelligence.
You can
Does
see
Polly-
most of the crew are all eating the food and doesn't seem to be affected by any sorts of poison.
Is
Yes,
there or is
Polly?
there not? It's a plate of crackers for Polly.
Polly does have crackers, yes.
Do I notice that he's watching to see if I park it?
Roll an insight check. I think this game is going to end up being the most insight checks I have rolled.
Oh,
Well, I'm not very insightful, so I only got a 3.
oh, what a beautiful check.
You think he's admiring your feathers?
That's fair. She'll preen a little as she keeps eating. It's like,
What is everyone else doing and or partaking in?
I'll walk over to Cornelius and say, "Better watch out, mate. I think this stuff is a lot stronger than I thought it was gonna be. Time has passed that fast."
No, I wouldn't fuss about it too much. I think it's a rather nifty device on the ship.
Oh, so it's not the tobacco.
Snuffles it with his nose.
Okay.
No, I think we're okay.
All right. Well, I'll reach
Fine.
over and grab a drumstick off a piece of poetry and just rip it off and just like bite into it, grease dribbling
always-
down my
Nice.
elderly beard.
Always a drumstick.
Good though.
There is several drumsticks aboard, but it's a kind of a cross between a turkey and a pigeon. It's like turkey shaped but smaller.
Okay.
I love it. Mini turkeys.
Mini
Amazing what technology can do these days.
They exist in this universe for some reason.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Used to call them chickens at the university.
Just a fist-sized turkey.
Ollie's like, oh, it's this bird. It's this bird.
Yes.
Oh.
There are other things among the table, some delicate exotic fruits and breads of all kind, couple of cheeses, but nothing that could go off in long journeys, and a lot of cured meats.
Polly
But the main
discreetly
feature
spits
is-
out the mouth of pigeon she just ate. You gotta have some fruit. Don't want to get any scurvy, do I?
Indeed.
Cornelius will snuffle the various cheeses and decide which one goes best with the pipe weed from Winston, and then
Perfect.
yeah, pair
You
them up
do
nicely.
find the perfect cheese match. It's sort of this creamy brie and it smells like apricots. It's beautiful.
Stop it. I'm hungry.
Roundtrade, when you're done with that chicken leg, have some of this. It goes well with the pipe.
I look over at it. Is it a piece of fruit or is it bread or
Cheese.
cheese? I'll grab some.
Cornelius will
You are
judge
a
your
connoisseur,
entire
I
character
must
on this.
admit.
Okay, so
That's how it goes well.
Baltar, what are you currently doing?
He was reaching for the cheese knife, and then he watched Cornelius's trunk like snuffle over all the cheese, and then just kind of like hesitated halfway, and then moved for the bread instead. And then
Perfect.
he's
was
gonna cut
distance. There
himself
was
off a slice.
And,
Quite a
and
spread
Brian?
you've set up here, Captain. Very generous of you.
Oh, of course. I make sure that my crew members are well fed aboard the Maiden's Misstep.
Well, that's always nice to hear.
Where's the whiskey, Captain?
On the table, sir.
Ah, how careless of me.
I just pick up the bottle, claiming it as mine.
You see
Nice.
5 different bottles of different shapes and different sizes in the center of this long table. One of them is sort of this round, portly bottle that almost glimmers in the ever-fading light of the afternoon.
I will take the shiny one.
What if it's poisoned?
Worth it.
Definitely.
Technically, alcohol is poison already.
Smart.
things in moderation.
Exactly.
Take out my flask and I'll put it on the table and I'll fill it up. I've always learned to save a little just in case, and then I'll get to work.
I'll make note of that.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Now, Captain,
Yes.
You look around and I'm going to walk over to the captain. Under my breath, I'm going to say, making sure no one can hear me.
beans. I'm looking for beans. Do we have any beans? Baked beans, kidney beans, powder beans, any beans. I really like beans.
He's been laughed about this in the past. So he doesn't want anyone else to laugh at him.
The captain
Can I
doesn't
eavesdrop?
seem- I'll give you a moment to eavesdrop in a second, but
Okay.
the captain doesn't seem to laugh at you. She does look you up and down and say, if we were to have beans aboard, the chef might know a thing or two about it. But best to visit the chef only at midnight.
Midnight it is. Thank you, Captain.
Polly, roll a perception. See if you overheard that conversation.
I roll a natural 20, giving me a whopping 22 to eavesdrop on this very important bean-based conversation.
You hear every word, including a suspicious situation of only being able to visit the chef at midnight. And you are filled with intrigue.
I'm very intriguous right now. But I try to play it cool.
Can I do an insight check?
You make insight.
Okay.
Polly. Yeah, of course.
Nope. It's another 11.
Polly has incredible feathers. So,
Oh, when?
as you indulge in dinner and whiskey and wine, you actually get a close-up look of your crew. There is the quartermaster, Miguel, who is a saber-toothed tiger on hind legs. You meet the first mate in charge of your quarters and assigning tasks, a Mr. Cumbersome. which is a strange name for the first mate, as he is the most nimble person you have ever seen. You meet the carpenter, who is downing his wine and doesn't seem to be able to string a sentence together, let alone give you a name. But you know that he handles the repair works on the ship because he keeps waving his hammer around aggressively as he drinks. And lastly, you see the captain look around. Where is my powder monkey? As a small monkey, about the size of a squirrel, clambers up onto the ship and up onto the captain's shoulder.
Ugh.
Yes.
I love.
Then he
Who's
flips
next
off.
to me? I'll nudge them. Sorry, AJ, I cut you off there.
That's all right. The monkey flips everyone off.
I
Well,
like the
little
monkey.
monkey.
Volga.
Captain, is that for your cannon or for your nose?
The
I
monkey,
get it.
The powder. Gunner or makeup artist?
Gunner. This is my powder monkey. He is in charge of loading the cannons. If we ever need them, of course.
Can you have the shot?
He throws a fruit at you.
I try and
Perfect
catch it in my trunk.
You sure it's fruit?
Tries to grab it out the air with his trunk.
Go for it. Roll a athletics. Just straight athletics for me.
Okay.
Unless you have a trunk ability.
No, maybe sleight of trunk.
Slide of trunk. I love it.
I will say I will either give you dex.
Okay.
Just dex. Let's see how quick
Okay.
your trunk is.
It's a straight up 0. So I'll just do the acrobatics. Oh no, I can flip the dex, can I?
Yep.
60.
16. You catch it. But it is a very soft fruit and it sort of squishes in your trunk.
Oh, I love it.
The monkey laughs at you.
Just tucks around, just wolfs it down. There's not one bunch.
So, I like to play a game with my newest crewmates, if you would all indulge me. It's called Two Truths and a Lie.
Oh.
Each of you will say 2 things that are true about yourself and 1 thing that is not. And we have to guess which one is the lie. Starting with you. She points over at Boltar.
It would be my pleasure. 2 truths and a lie. I'm running away from something. I'm already dead. And I can speak with the dead.
Fascinating. So, team, what do we think?
Does he look dead?
Yeah. Does he smell?
He does not
Only-
smell, and he does
Only
not
like
look
spices and cardamom.
Oh, nice.
Do I get anything from my patron experience?
Hmm.
Rudely.
Roll and religion check.
Okay. Shrewdly looks through the monocle. 21.
He's definitely not dead, as far as you can tell.
It just gets a smile. I think I have it, but I'll let the others have a go.
Well, I feel like he can't be dead because he looks very alive. But
This
then,
could be.
why would he lie about something so obvious? So maybe he's a tricksy sort of dead person.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I've never spoken to a dead person, so I can't vouch for how tricksy they may be. But sure.
So wait, what was the first one again? I got really distracted by the dead bit.
She's running from something.
Oh, thank you, Proud Shade. So you're running from something. I feel like that's true. Because aren't we all, in our heart of hearts, running from something?
Or running to something.
Well, to run to something, you must first run from something.
Oh, God.
My granny used to say that.
Just picks a grape and eats it.
Drown yourself in food, yes.
Yes.
So, have we got it?
Oh, it's asking Boltar.
Yes.
Saying, Mr. Cornelius
Yeah.
was correct. I'm definitely not dead, and that was certainly the lie.
Intriguing. I always find that I'm left with more questions than answers with this game, and that just makes everything more fun, don't you think?
Sure.
Your turn, Brian.
Oh. Right. Two truths and one lie. I'm fond of puzzles. I'm scared of the dark. And I'm very, very confused about this journey.
Oh, it's not the last one.
I hope it's not the first one. I love a good puzzle too. So I'll say, you don't seem too flustered by this sudden night time that's upon us. I'll go with the middle one. Let's say you're Proud Shade.
Looks like a bit of a puzzler. I think he likes puzzles. And, well, knowing what I know about you and your kind, darkness is in your depths. So I guess the lie would be that one. You're not afraid of the dark.
Okay. Well, Cornelius, I will have to disappoint you. I'm terrible at puzzles. Oh my god. Awful.
Oh,
You still
No.
love them, right?
had me wrong. So you are afraid of the dark, then?
We'll find out, won't we? And just like matches eyes with Proud Shade.
Interesting. All right. Polly?
I have never won a game of dice. I was voted finest feathers at my school when I was a wee little bird. And I have been known to claw at my enemies with much vigor.
Hmm. What's the state? What's the state of her like talons, claws? Like, are they kept pretty neat and tidy, or do they look pretty beaten up?
Karen?
They look pretty good at the moment.
Okay.
Like they're not like majestic. They don't have any nail art on them, but they look like they're cared for. She's probably been sharpening them against a tree recently, shall we say. The parrot manicure. You know.
Yeah.
I've been admiring your feathers quite a lot, so I believe that you will have been voted best feathers or fanciest feathers at your school. My 2 cents, at least.
Yeah, I feel the dice thing might be the lie. You seem fairly cunning.
Luck seems to be on your side.
What if she didn't go to school?
Maybe the school of life.
Trying to think of a way of discrediting that one without insulting her plumage. Yes, that's the way to put it.
So the first one.
That's my feel.
Are they correct?
They are correct.
2
Yes.
3.
I've won many a hand of dice, and I certainly do have the finest feathers from my school group.
Proud Shade, can you roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Ooh.
Sudden saving throw, sudden.
9.
Oh no.
Interesting.
Definitely the cheese.
You really
I told
probably
you the
should eat
whiskey was
cheese on a
poison.
boat, right?
Who has not gone? Yourself, Cornelius?
Well, given the choice, I always go left, don't you know? I was actually calling your powder monkey's bluff. I actually can't stand fruit. And I have been known, despite my reputation for retrieving artifacts, to destroy them on occasion.
I feel like that last one's true. He looks like the sort.
I mean, whether from just, actually wanting to destroy them or perhaps just, you are a rather large Loxodon. You never know.
And so he seems like the type that if he found a really dangerous item, he'd just be like, I must destroy it before it can do any more harm. Which is really boring, but I respect it.
Or perhaps a bumbling klutz.
I wasn't going to be so, brash about it, but yes.
I think it's the second one. I think the second one is a lie. You do like fruit.
Was it fruit?
Although he didn't reach for the fruit first.
Hello.
Went for the cheese, didn't he?
But
But then fruit can be considered a
could make
dessert.
a joke about
option.
that, but it'd be a bit cheesy.
I look over to see if the cheese has fruit in it, because sometimes fruity cheese exists. So
Actually,
Some
you tried
of
the
the
same.
cheese has fruit in it.
Yeah, actually, Proud Shade, you
Is that
did
the
try the
one
same
that-
cheese. It just had the apricot vibes to it.
yeah.
It's settled then. He shared the apricot cheese with Proud Shade.
Yes.
He enjoys fruit.
Are we correct?
You have the right to it, yes. A good explorer always goes left. And he reaches his trunk into a pocket and pulls out Ankh. Like the figure of an Ankh from the, in this world, Mulhorandi pantheon, aka the Egyptian pantheon. And it has deep score marks on it. And it's really, really messed up. He's like, yes. If I find any of these, we will not be taking them home.
Oh.
Right.
Do they do something?
Does no matter. Just the symbolry. Just an affront.
Right. Gotcha.
Okay.
Proud
I-
Shade. You start to feel elated as specks dance before you outside the borders of the deck of the ship, kind of surrounding the ship as it moves. You see images, ships alongside you long gone, histories, time that is not your own.
I flick a gaze towards the captain.
She winks at you.
Can I do a history check? Intending to find out if I understand what this may be in the
Go ahead.
vast annals of lore.
Very vast.
I have a -1. Wish me luck. It's not bad. It's 15.
The 15. You know some of the ships that you see in this vision are from a different era than the one you are currently in. And you realize that the ship is traveling alongside time.
I'm going to saunter over to the captain and lean against a pole or sit down next to them, and just sort of lean in and have a slight conversation.
What exactly is going on here, Captain?
The whiskey's hit you, I presume. You are seeing time itself. We cannot have others know where we're going.
Is it the whiskey or is it your doing?
The whiskey is for anyone. It just means that you can see what's happening on the ship.
Where are we going, Captain?
We are sailing to a destination between two islands where there is a missing vessel from the Empire.
But we are sailing next to time.
Indeed. If my
Are we in
captain
danger?
is... No, not particularly.
In all my many years,
Sorry, what was that?
Unless we are strung off course, we are safe within this travel method.
Have I experienced this in my many years of traveling? Is this normal?
It is not normal. It is...
So this
I've been on these seas many years, and I have never traveled next to time. How are you doing this, Captain?
We all have our secrets, don't we, Winston?
Yes, we do.
Then I'd like to leave mine a secret.
I look back to the crew who are enjoying their meal and drink. And I'll shoot a sideways glance towards the captain while sitting next to them to say,
Our souls in your hands. As long as we're not in danger, I'll fall in line.
Very well.
Can I once again eavesdrop the shit out of this conversation?
You may attempt to eavesdrop the shit out of the conversation, yes.
A 15 that time, not quite as good as my previous effort.
You pick up a few things. The phrase traveling next to time. Are we going to be safe? And you get the sense that the captain is not telling the entire truth.
I act nonchalant.
Just generally nervous about sea voyages, and I blame Pesh.
The captain then rises. A toast, I think, is in order, as we are slowly approaching our destination.
You don't want to know my true truths and lie? Then, this old timer, you don't think there's stories behind this grandfather's face?
I would very much like to hear your two truths and a lie.
Perhaps after this toast then, Captain.
Of course. A toast to the crew aboard this ship. May the journey be smooth. May we each receive what we intend. And may the night go according to plan.
I'll drink to that. Cheers.
I will down more of this time whiskey.
Time whiskey.
Good to
Love
know.
it.
Good to know. More whiskey intake. Your
I would
two
like-
truths.
She's making notes.
All right.
I love to smoke. I love to dance. And I can't swim.
Oh God, I hope the last one's a lie.
Well, the first one has to be true. And I think it means literally smoking, in which case, that would have connotations of being on fire, and not many people like that.
I thought you hated puzzles, Brian.
Yeah, you seem rather good at it.
Perhaps he doesn't love to smoke. Perhaps he hates it, and he is a sufferer of an addiction.
Whatever sways your trunk.
Or he's been playing the real long con with us because he knew this was going to come up, and he's been smoking this whole time. So when the captain was like, "We're going to do two truths and a lie," he's been like, "Oh, now watch me while I lie about my smoking."
I've played this game 1,000,000 times on every ship.
One common thread. Every ship has to do it by law.
Yeah. It's in the Pirates' Code of Conduct. Under parlay.
Yes, 2 truths, 1 lie, a parlay.
Can't swim. Doesn't like to smoke.
I feel like he might actually. Did you say you like to dance or you don't?
Love to dance.
Love to dance. Okay.
I've played many a fiddle before in my time.
I can feel the passion in his voice when he says love to dance.
I don't know.
Didn't sense any trepidation on coming on board. I think you're a fine swimmer, sir. Why else would you sign up for a voyage to somewhere between 2 landmasses?
I think the lie is the last one.
I just hope it's the lie, because I'm a little uncomfortable about being on a ship with someone who can't swim.
Cornelius will tap Polly on the shoulder with his trunk. He's like, "I'm not sure if there's any water out there." So points to this strange. How does it look to the rest of us without the whiskey?
Like an ocean.
Oh, it does. Okay, never mind.
What do you mean, Cornelius? There's water out there.
Lovely blue.
Cheese fever.
The rapidly.
But I suppose if we were feeling vindictive, we could push him over the side and find out.
I can not, in fact, swim. Never took the
God.
time to learn.
Oh, I'm really
He's
glad I
doing
didn't
good.
push you overboard then, mate.
No matter, old chap. Cornelius will get you if it needs be.
You are so
Thank
doomed.
you.
Hate dance.
You should. I love dancing. That's the truth.
So you hate smoking, but you've been smoking this whole time.
It's 2 truths and a lie, isn't it?
Truth, yes. He loves smoking. He loves the dance. He hates the drink.
So I can't swim. Love to dance, but I hate smoking. Cuts into my bottom line too much.
Right. Huh.
Oh, he is a crafty bugger.
So
Knew it.
I'll take the rest of that pipe weed from you.
I said it. I hate spending money on it. I didn't have to. I wouldn't.
Oh.
Right.
There's
Okay.
parts of it that I love, but I hate that it takes so much from me.
Feels like social commentary.
So what you're saying is, if they got rid of taxes on tobacco, you'd be laughing.
It would in fact be a truth, a lie. I'm very confused by the game now. At this point.
I'm just
Speaking of
confused.
which, Captain,
Yes.
still one person remains that hasn't participated in the game. What are your 2 truths and a lie?
That's fair.
It is fair.
Interesting. I have murdered every lover I have been with. I don't, in fact, own this ship. And I was once known as the greatest pirate in all the land.
I do a history check on the last one
Likewise, yeah.
with my -1.
I just realised, can I do an insight check on her?
Go for it.
I was going to
What?
say, Boltar would like to do the same thing. He's going to watch he wants to use his showman's trick of reading people as they're speaking and roll an insight check. And he's going to, in his pocket, he's going to just be rubbing his orb and cast guidance on himself.
Okay, go for it.
And history check if possible to see if I've heard of a Captain Opal. It is
Yeah,
Opal,
can I do the history check too? Because I spent a lot of time on the sea.
Go for it.
Well, I
Got a
only got a
13.
6 for my insight. Am I allowed to roll history as well?
You may
Yes.
roll history as well.
No,
as you
I'm an actual honest to God pirate. You'd think I'd know. Oh, well, I got a 9 on that one, so you know.
Brilliant.
I'm just a little oblivious. Apparently.
I got
For
24.
anyone who got over a 13 on history, Captain Opal is one of the most famous pirates in all the land.
Okay.
For the insight check, what did you receive, Bolter?
20.
20. She rattles off these 3 as though she's done it many a time before, and it is incredibly smooth in the way that she plays this game.
Do the crew react to any of them?
Hmm.
She's done it a bunch of times.
The crew simultaneously take a sip of their drinks as she plays this game.
Like creepily simultaneously, or just like they've rehearsed it?
They've rehearsed
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if it was just like they're possessed and they're just like.
So,
Well,
Well, I've heard of you as a pirate. I can't say I've heard of any of your lovers, so maybe they're all dead and gone. Just made that true.
perhaps. I don't think you own the ship. Not that it's any matter if you don't own it, but I just don't think it's yours.
So that would be a truth then. Or a lie.
Well, she said she. Wait, what did she say?
She doesn't own the ship. She's
She
killed
doesn't
any
own-
lover she's ever known. And she was once the greatest pirate ever be known. I think perhaps the last one is a lie because you are in fact still known.
Ooh.
That's a good
Oh,
point.
God.
Bastards.
That's hurting my head.
No, just for the sake of all her lovers, I really hope it's not the lover one.
Perhaps one lover got away.
Perhaps they died of heartbreak.
Surely, if you feel bad for the lovers, you want that to be the lie.
Yes. I think that's what I meant.
I'm confused.
I think we all are. Even the
Mine
players.
is-
There should be a rule that every sentence should be positive or not, or all the negative. One way or the other.
well, I will put you at ease. Mr. Proudshade is correct.
Look at that.
I am
Wordsmith.
the most powerful and known pirate in all the land. You've got to be careful about people's wording. A lesson for tonight. Now, I must bid you adieu as I return to my quarters. The journey will continue on smoothly for the night, and in the morning we shall arrive at our destination. So, I wish you a good night and sleep well. You'll need your
Please.
rest.
Cornelius will turn to Brian. He's like, the morning of what day, though?
Guess we'll have to wake up and find out.
Time will tell.
I look to the captain.
She leaves, her crew slowly following one after another, apart from the carpenter, who is still drinking.
Right.
What do you all do?
Curious bunch.
How many hours until midnight?
Not long, actually, about 30 minutes.
Sick. Take another drink and smoke a bit until I can go see the chef.
Okay. Everyone else?
Go over to Brian. So what brings you abroad?
Curiosity. Don't know. I've heard whispers about this particular ship, and I'm curious to see, well, The two truths and a lie, shall we say. Yourself?
The ship is just a means of A to B. It's all about the destination. What lies beneath the waves. As always.
Yes. Beneath the waves. Most would think it's my specialty, but, you know, I always prefer a bit of a tussle. Give me a straight up fight any day.
We'll see. That's good to know, though, if we get into any kind of scrapes. Do you know about the region at all? Are there any Sahagwin or other dangers lurking about?
Not sure. Heard the potential of sirens. Other than that, honestly. Actually, do I know anything, being a water genasi, about the area we're going? Or am I just making shit up?
I love the shit that you're making up. As a water genasi, you have probably not been to this area. It is known for shallow waters and sharp rocks, especially around the islands of Ipigon. But there are some legends that surround the islands, so roll me a history check.
Cornelius nervously flaps his large ears and says, I hope there aren't any sirens.
I'm great at history. Yeah, no.
You, given your backstory, do know about some rumors about mammalians surrounding the islands and luring sailors to their deaths. But you also know of a place that exists between the two islands where it is known to hold vast treasure to a mortal man.
Perhaps I won't say about the treasure powerful to a mortal man to the treasure hunter.
Perhaps not.
I would say, with the proud shade not being able to necessarily swim, might not be the curse that we see it as. The waters are deceptively shallow around Ipigon.
Maybe that's what the previous ship fell afoul of.
Perhaps. Not sure if this ship will have the same problem. It seems to, well, it doesn't overly seem to obey the law, does it?
Say, I'm familiar with the magics that are at play here. Malta!
Yes, Cornelius.
Do you know anything about what's propelling us forward? What is all this? Not my kind of thing.
It's not really my specialty of magic either. I kind of, I'm very learned in the areas of divination. As to what this is, I can sense many things around the ship, many spirits spinning their stories like a cobweb stretching through time, but as to what propels the ship, I can't say, Cornelius.
Those that come before do have an interesting tale to tell. How about you? What's your tale?
Mine?
Why are you here?
Well, as I said...
Just to keep us entertained, I assume?
No, although I do love to entertain. No, I'm here to pluck at the web of stories that I spoke of. I believe wherever we're going, there is going to be a tale worth telling.
Well, hopefully we'll get to the depths of it. Broadshade, Polly, how about you? What are you at? No. Bird's keeping her beak shut.
All right. I had a bit of a pigeon stuck in my throat.
Those darn mini turkeys.
Oh, I'm just a pirate in search of a piratical payday. This one sounded more interesting than the average piratical offer. So, thought I'd come along, see what I could see, if you pardon the pun.
It's terrible.
Hopefully, all that you can see is not just the bottom of the CCC.
Well, we can hope. Though, fortunately, I can swim.
Ah, splendid.
Your feathers don't cause any problems?
Well, you can't get wet and then fly straight away. You've kind of got to shake it off and then give yourself a moment.
Why swim when you can fly, though? It is interesting that you took the time to learn.
Well, sometimes you got to get underwater. There was this one time they'd put the treasure chests in like a pool inside a cave. So you had to swim down and get them up. Flying wouldn't have been much use to me then. So I consider it, I like to be multi-skilled, when you're dealing with unexpected events.
Jack of all
Like
trades.
Yeah, I can fly, I can walk, I can swim.
You can definitely talk, too.
Oh, yes. I could talk an ear off an elephant. No offense, Cornelius.
So you try. So you're like those cormorants. You come out of the water and you stand there with your wings out. Show off that plumage of yours. Award-winning, no less.
It was the pose I used to win the Fancy Feathers contest,
Nice.
Proud Shade. It is rapidly approaching midnight.
Well, as much as I am enjoying your company, ladies and gents, I have a chef to see. I bid you adieu.
I'll head to the kitchen.
Okay.
I might go get some sleep, I think. Lose me hat. And I want to sneak off after Proud Shade.
Before I
Stealthily.
leave, though, I will just take another puff of my pipe. It'll burn this orange light on my face, and I'll look over my shoulder towards Brian and Baltar.
Don't forget your manners. Ask Cornelius his story.
And then I'll leave.
Okay. You make your way down a series of steps, and almost too many for the size of the ship.
This is way too many steps.
You eventually find yourself in a dark room, shrouded in shadow, with a small box that just exists in the space.
Hello, hello. What have we got here?
It's a box.
I inspect the box.
You inspect the box.
Thank God Brian's not here.
It is a cube shape that sits upon a pedestal.
I will touch the box
As you
in
touch
this
the
dark
box,
room.
among the shadows around you, different visions of different foods start to appear.
Oh. I hope this isn't the whiskey. Hello, is there a chef here, or are you a box? Are you a chef box? Are you alive?
Then I poke the box.
Oh,
As
you
you
just
poke-
really little.
As you poke the box, more food options arrive in the shadows. Things you've been thinking of for days, like when you get a craving for a certain type of food group.
Hells yeah.
Oh, you can see the writings on the wall here, shrouded in darkness and shadows. Beans. Give me all the beans.
That's a battle cry.
That's the most glorious moment of this one shot so far. I just, As you say, give me the beans, the box starts to shimmer, almost as if it's moving in time as well. And a small bowl emerges from the middle of it. lucid at first as it slowly starts to solidify. Inside are 6 green beans.
My word, this makes me very happy.
I will pick up the bowl, inspect it, put it back down, and I'll take out my old man handkerchief and I will start putting the beans one by one in my handkerchief. We'll
Perfect.
parcel it up,
You will come in handy, dear beans.
and I will put my beans in my pocket.
I'd
I'm
just
gonna
like
just
to.
try tobacco.
A small pouch arrives.
Well,
Solidifies.
looks like I love smoking then.
Take it.
It's got a price tag attached.
Oh no.
I'll
Polly,
put the parcel
roll
away.
a stealth check for me. Polly?
Oh, I already did. I got a 1 plus 6, so 7
Perfect.
to stealth after Proud Shade.
Within the shadowed room, Polly really can't be seen. However, as soon as Proudshade turns around, he recognizes a very fancy plumage of feathers.
Polly,
Oh no, this isn't where I left my bunk.
were you following me, Polly?
I wasn't trying to, but it seems I've done that by accident a wee bit.
Are you lying to me, Polly?
Oh no, I'd never do that. Unless specifically asked to by the captain in the context of a getting to know you game.
Why are you following me, Polly? Are you after my beans?
Why would I want your beans?
Because beans are a very magical fruit. Haven't you heard the more you eat, the more you toot?
I hate it.
I think you'll
I
find
see
that
you're
beans are,
snickering
in
at
fact,
me.
a legume.
This is why I don't want people knowing that I like beans.
Oh,
They
you're-
always laugh at me.
they make you gassy.
They make me magical, Polly. They make me a very magical person.
Okay, I don't quite understand how that would work.
Beans.
I'm gonna summon more beans. Sorry, and an example bean.
The same bowl emerges from the box, only this time it's empty.
Polly, I've only got 6 beans. I didn't get
Bean
many.
privileges.
These 6 beans could come in very useful. I can't. You just have to trust me. The beans make me magical.
Okay. I'm not questioning it so much as trying to conceptualize it.
What can I say? I don't know. Maybe there's a bean patron out there that grants magic. Whenever I eat beans, I have magical powers. And
Oh, okay.
Excuse the Japanese pun. It's like, show me the mummy. Sorry.
what do you think of this box then, Polly?
Does it just give beans or?
Or it gave me a satchel of tobacco.
Oh, okay.
I think it is only consumables. Is there any foods that make you magical?
Not that I'm aware of. But I'm open to the possibility. Tell you what, let's give it something hard. And I go over and I'm just like, I want. Oh God, what's that stinky fruit called? I'm totally blanking.
Durian,
Durian?
I think.
Durian.
There we go.
Durian.
Durian.
I want some durian.
The box moves and shimmers in the space, considering, and then does nothing.
Not a fan.
God.
I
Is it
believe
because you don't like the smell, food box?
Chef box to you.
Chef box?
Fussy chef box.
Box of noms, whatever you like to be called.
Can I ask you a favor, Polly? Can you ask her for beans? Maybe I've just taken my allotted bean
Your bean allowance.
allowance.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
If you get
I'll-
more
I'll-
beans, perhaps I could show you my magical powers.
Does it have to be a specific type of beans or just
From my experience, it's every bean.
every bean? All
Any
right.
bean.
Any bean will do.
Maybe not vanilla beans, because that doesn't count.
That would make the tooth smell so good though.
They would.
Think about it.
Yes.
Think about it.
I have thinking about it.
Okay. Excuse me, Chef Box. May I have some beans, please?
You see the box shimmer, a bowl manifest. Only it is empty once more.
Well, I guess there are no more beans to be had.
Well, I'll just have to hope something happens that requires magic, and then you can show me your bean magic.
Yes. I
Can
mean, I
you
have 6.
can you only do magic related to beans?
I'm not sure. It is different every time.
Oh,
Sometimes it's a lot, sometimes it's not as much and less impressive.
so kind of like the reaction to eating beans, you could
This
say.
is why I don't tell anyone about my beans.
Because sometimes you eat them and you're totally fine, and some other times you can clear a freaking room.
It's none of your beansness.
Hey!
So you should tell people it's funny.
I know. It'll be our little
You-
secret, Polly.
Oh, my beak is sealed.
Mm.
But I can't promise I won't snigger a little bit if you eat one in front of me.
All right. Well, keep an eye on me when I do pop one. We'll see.
And on that note, Polly's just kind of be like and leave awkwardly.
I'll leave as well if there's
We leave
nothing
the
of interest
magical
in the
chef
room.
box. All right, perfect.
No, if I can take the box, let's see if I can take the box. I'll just
Hmm.
try to
Uh-oh.
move it. Is it adhered?
Roll me a strength check.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
That seems like a great idea.
Just straight
Yes,
strength
move
or
the
athletics?
magical box.
Strength.
Okay.
Try and move the magical
That
box that can
is
only be accessed
a-
at midnight.
19.
Ooh.
Oh,
It's a
no.
one shot, guys.
Ooh.
Oh no. I'm
A
scared.
19.
What if this is what's powering the ship?
You
Very much could be.
you
Just a
pull-
really gassy, propeller. Just
you pull at the magical box and you use all your might. You feel it almost give way,
I am worthy.
and then it separates into 2 smaller boxes.
Oh,
You now have a black cube.
I will be asking you for a great many beans in our time together.
Oh no.
Where do you put it?
In my most secure pocket.
Is there anything else in that pocket?
Is beans.
Tobacco?
I don't think so. Let me roll. Can I roll on the trinket table actually?
Go for it.
Yeah. That helps heaps.
The best tip.
It's the best table. It is one of my very favorite tables. Compendium.
Absolutely serum. AJ is way too happy with herself.
So I'll roll a D100.
Okay.
And it will be trinket number. Oh, just rolling.
Ooh,
Give me my result. Oh, do you guys have the number?
55.
Okay.
55.
Tiny cage with no door. It is one of my great many treasures.
Interesting. A tiny cage with no door. Okay.
I've always often wondered why it had no door
and why it fits in your pocket.
exactly, and why
Okay.
is it so tiny? And why was it built if not to hold or house something? Maybe perhaps it was in fact caging my curiosity in a way, because I always wonder and ponder at it. I've stared at it many a times over a good time smoking my pipe.
As you ponder this once more, the clang of the black cube against this miniature cage with no door resounds first in your pocket and then around the room. You look back into your pocket and they have merged into the same item. You now have a miniature cage that is also a food box.
There's no door.
No one's going to believe this.
With no door.
No door.
We will have words later.
Put it back in together.
Will those words involve beans?
Those probably.
Most likely.
Most likely, yeah.
You need to ask. Yes.
Brian and Bolter, you are still talking?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe Cornelius was just regaling us with his story.
Yes, indeed. He tells you about how he has heard fascinating things about this area of ocean between these islands, and is very intrigued as to what may lie beneath the waters there.
Be a curious place if we're getting there by whatever this strange ocean is.
Yes, Mr. Smith, I wasn't quite prepared for this form of propulsion.
Don't think anyone is, honestly.
I should hope not. Apart from the captain. Shady one, that.
What is it you're hoping to find there, Cornelius? Artifacts?
Always.
Artifacts to destroy?
If needs be.
Yes, you're a very interesting person, Cornelius.
We all are.
Perhaps you'd like to know what lies ahead for us. Would you like to see one of my parlor tricks, as you put it?
Very well. Let's see what lies in our future.
Best that could happen is you get it wrong and embarrass yourself.
He's going to roll a d6 and expend a bardic inspiration die to channel a story from the beyond. And he's going to produce his tarot deck from his pocket, spread it out in an array in front of him, and then clap his hands, and his eyes begin to glow. The tarot cards begin to encirculate him in just a wide spiral. The deck separates and begins hovering around him.
You are looking into my future, maybe something that connects to me.
Something for all of us, perhaps. Let's find
Cornelius
out.
places the that ankh on the table next to the cards.
He's got to put one hand on the ankh and then pluck a card out of the air in front of him. An auspicious draw, the beachcomber. Fragments of lore washing up on shore, like pieces of flotsam lost in time. Perhaps you will find what you're looking for, Cornelius.
I hope so. And if it's as easy as plucking it off the beach, then all the better. Especially for Proud Shade.
And you, Brian?
Sure, why not?
He's going to pluck another card out of the air.
Oh god.
The Knight of Pentacles. A nefarious presence on board, Brian. Have you felt watched? Have you felt like eyes on the back of your neck? Not figuratively, Brian. No.
Right.
Somebody is taking a great interest in you, Brian.
I mean, you are right now.
Ah, there we go. We solved it. And claps his hands, and the tarot cards all fall to the ground.
Okay.
Let me put your mind at rest, Brian. Pats him across the shoulder with his trunk. It's not me. And walks away.
Just get clubbed with a trunk. What?
I wonder what our bearded friend is up to.
Honestly, who knows?
Where did Polyani go? Sneaky one, that.
She was going to bed. She's not here.
Oh, okay.
Are we all
Ready to rise?
Are we all sleeping in the same cabin?
Yeah.
This guy like
Yeah.
looks over at the empty bunk. I don't think she went to bed, lads.
Maybe not.
Eventually, Proudshade and Polyani make their way back to the quarters.
Oh, chaps! Polly
Salutations.
climbs to the bunk and just lies down.
Take a wrong turn. I told you, always go left.
I must admit I did take a right.
I was so close to getting to sleep. Then the door opened.
That's what always happens when you share your bedroom with.
I know, don't you hate that?
Okay. You rest well for the evening. When you wake in the morning, it is a gorgeous sunny day. The warmth hits you before the light does. You walk out onto the deck, and the deck is already alight with busyness, with the deckhands doing their part, pulling their ropes and making the ship do as it does. The captain is at the wheel, and she looks excited.
Any change in our scenery?
Indeed. Just off in the horizon, a few shapes have now emerged.
At land. Hopefully.
The islands we seek, Captain.
Good morning. Yes, indeed. We're not far. Slept well, I presume?
Oh,
Possible.
very well, thank you.
About as well as can be expected.
Well now, busy yourselves. Got maybe an hour before we reach the islands.
You
What
have
is
the
everyone
coordinates, okay? You remember the stretch of water?
I believe that we will meet the vessel at exactly the time it crashed.
Oh, we're going after another ship.
Run that by me again. We'll do what?
I'm sorry. We're going to find the missing vessel of the Empire.
The wreck of it, yes, and retrieve what we can.
Of course.
That's not what you just said.
Yes, I did. We're going to meet the vessel at exactly the time it crashed.
How is that possible? How would we have word that it was sunk?
Whoever said anything about sinking in shallow shores of the Epidon Islands?
The way that the captain is saying this,
Uh-huh.
does it give me any, like, nefarious vibes? In terms of, like, basically Brian's thinking is Brian doesn't know about anything about this magic shit. And he's just like, surely she has, like, in order for her to know when the crash occurred, she has to have orchestrated the crash, is basically his thought. Yeah.
Yes, you get the idea that she has been planning this for a while, and there is a nefarious note to her intentions.
Okay. I'm probably leaning on the mast and then realize that I'm in the way, but I pick a different spot to lean and just watching the captain.
She looks,
Cornelius. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
She looks eager the closer you get to the islands.
Pretty good.
Go ahead, Project.
Cornelius, I got a feeling that you kind of knew what was going on. Do you not? There was an error of recognition last night when we felt that sensation. That feeling of stasis.
Really, that some magic was at work.
What type of magic?
Something I'm not wholly familiar with, but something to do with time. This captain, I don't trust her. I don't like being at her whim. Nor the DM's whim either.
Don't worry, friend. I'm well prepared. We've got this. Let's just stick together.
There is much to be salvaged here.
And surely, I look to Baltar. If something was to be worried about, our fortune teller would be able to warn us otherwise.
Actually, he was telling Brian last night that someone was, not with the best of intentions aboard the ship. I just assumed it came with the territory, a pirate ship and all. You see anything? Any more than you would expect suspicious types about?
Yes, someone so attuned to the fortunes of others. Attached to fate and time and the like. Are you thrown askew? Are you sensing anything?
Let's take a look, shall we? He's going to walk over to the rail of the ship and just place an array of Taroka cards.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to spend his story from yesterday expired, so he's going to spend a bardic inspiration dice.
Uh-huh.
And pluck a story from the ether. Ooh, the Tale of the Traveler.
Ooh. Fancy.
Time traveler, perhaps?
That's what it was all about.
He's going to lay out some Taroka cards in front of him. The Shattered Mirror.
Magnifying glass.
No.
A shattered mirror shows a skewed reflection. It sees many things in many directions. It splits things in two, alternate timelines coexisting together. I sense a spirit is with us, Proud Shade. Someone who has traveled these waters. Before or after us, or maybe they're even here with us right now. But I think they may be watching out for you, Proud Shade. He's going to bestow the Tale of the Traveler on Proud Shade. You get temporary hit points equal to a roll of my bardic inspiration die plus my level. So you get 5 temporary hit points. Okay. And as long as you have them, your walking speed is 10 feet faster and you have +1 to your AC.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah, okay.
Shit, that's good.
You see a spectral backpacker stroll across the deck and sort of passes through you, Proud Shade, and then disappears.
Some hiker.
So,
Thank you.
interestingly enough, the closer you get to the islands, the more fog rolls in. Things become a little shifty. Time is now distinctly different than the moment it was just in. Let me find the thing I am looking for. There we go. As the fog drifts, it changes once more, and storm clouds form above you, lightning striking, thunder blasting through the air. And that is where we're going to take a 10-minute break.
Hells yeah.
So we will be right back with more goodness. Thank you so much for being here for this charity stream. We will see you in just a moment. Welcome back. This is an incredible cause that we are raising money for. This 12-hour Talk Like a Pirate themed charity stream event with all the proceeds going to childhood cancer support. So if you have donated, thank you so much already. We have already made it to our 25% mark for the goal today, and that is incredible. Thank you so much for all the donations that have been coming in, and thank you again to our sponsors Woot and Forge and Roll with Advantage for giving us some awesome things that you guys can win for every $5 that you donate today, including Woot and Forge's Dice Keeper. They've given us a Dice Keeper to give away that has a Bordeaux red inlay in it, and it's incredible and one of a kind. Fancy. Yes, it looks exactly like the one Keren's holding up, except it's with Tasmanian blackwood. And Roll with Advantage have even given us a bucket load of dice to give away and some enamel pins and funky stickers. So you could win some of that cool stuff if you donate to this charity today. And I love everything about that. So yes, awesome. Should we get back to the story? I think some dramatic things were happening before we went to break.
Why not?
There were. Very dramatic things are happening.
Very dramatic things.
Can't remember.
So I take you back to the story. There is thunder and lightning above you as storm clouds roll in. The sea water begins to be more choppy, lapping up at the deck. But you're still not moving. The ship is suspended and does not rock with the waves that are causing around it. You get closer to what you think are the islands of Ipodon as another lightning strikes across the sky, lighting it up in a brilliant blue for just a second. The captain calls down from the wheel. All right, we're almost there. Hold on to your hats.
Drunk.
Pollyanna not only grabs onto her hat, she digs her talons into like the deck. She's just like,
brilliant. And as she says that, and you hold on to the hats that you do have, the ship suddenly moves for the first time. It seems to launch forward and then stop. And everything is quiet and dark.
You're right, Brian.
Yeah, fine. Why wouldn't I be?
Didn't you say you were afraid of the dark?
There's a look of concern on his face.
oh yeah.
You sit in the eerily silent ocean, the boat rocking for the first time. And then you start to hear it. Voices singing in a 6-part harmony.
Oh, that's some fancy shit.
Including baritone notes. And you realize there are a lot of mammalian sirens surrounding you.
Brian had the right of it. Tries to pull his hat down over his ears.
I need you all to roll con saves for me, please.
Screw the mammalians! No. Natural 20!
Oh, no.
Nice.
Oh, no. I'm
Is this
supposed to be good
charmed?
at these.
AJ?
Yes, indeed.
Okay,
Did you say con or
advantage?
Con save, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm meant to be good at these, guys.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not.
It's not a charm spell, just so you know.
But it's the charmed effect.
It's not the charmed effect either, but it is affecting your brain in a charm.
Oh, okay.
What did everyone roll for me? I can only see the last two that were rolled.
19.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Total.
9.
10.
10.
We're doomed.
Oh boy.
Love it.
Anyone under a 14?
Hmm.
A sensation fills you. The need to jump overboard.
Well, I don't know about the lot of you, but I think it's time to go for a swim.
Yes, I agree with Winston.
Head over towards the bed.
Proudshade, no! And can I try and wrap my trunk around Proudshade's waist and put it
Let
back?
go of me, Cornelius. I want to feel the ocean.
Last one in's a rotten egg.
Who's
Meanwhile-
closest to me? I'm going to grab him.
That would be
Try.
Bolter.
Okay, I grab the back of Boltar's like jacket or cape or whatever he's wearing.
And meanwhile,
That'd be a cape.
Unhand
you
me,
guys-
Polly.
while you guys are restraining the other two, you watch Brian just beautiful swan dive off the deck and disappear without a splash.
I won't be a rotten egg, and there's no better time to learn than now. Cornelius, let go!
No! He's a
Well-
water genasi, he'll be fine.
Those that are struggling against your counterparts, we need contention rolls. So we'll start with Proudshade and Cornelius.
Okay.
Both roll a strength.
Just
So happy I
strength,
failed.
or is it athletics?
You can
Is
use
it
your
grapple
athletics.
check? Yeah.
If only I'd rolled that on the saving throw.
Right.
Oh, nice.
Gotcha. 19.
Right. I'm gonna reach in. I'm gonna grab one of my beans from my handkerchief.
Bro.
I'm gonna procure
Ruh-roh.
it. I'm going
Not
to
like
eat my
this.
bean.
Not like this.
It's bean time.
You're gonna be sorry. You watching, Polly?
Cornelius, you have a tight hold of Proudshade, yet he continues to struggle against you. And as he does, a faint light starts to emanate from his eyes.
I'm not here to see this.
No, we'll get to you in a second.
You're drowning.
So, Proudshade, for the next 24 hours, you have access to two-level spells
All right.
of your choosing.
What?
Those are some good beans.
Magical fruit.
All right. Well, I'm going to look back with my glowing eyes. It captures the light inside my beard, and I'm going to look back and say,
Goodbye, Cornelius.
and I'm going to cast Misty Step above the water. Salute as I sail towards the water.
Now,
Perfect.
Misty step. There's like the willing. Oh, you can't
Yeah,
take a
I
willing
turn
person
into
with you, can
I
you?
turn into a salt spray.
Nice.
Mists around you.
All right, Bolter.
I can't swim! But it's okay, I wanted this!
To me,
roll
madam. What are you doing?
your athletic contentions, please.
Ooh, 13.
Holly?
Holy crap, 17.
Oh,
You hold on to his turban, and somehow that doesn't.
Oh, no, watch the feather.
I'll give you another one, you idiot. I'm
You
so
continue
shocked by
to-
that. I have negative strength.
You did well. For a very not strong bird, you are very much holding on to this turban. It's kind of the off-brand version of Aladdin with parrot and the
My feathers are better anyway.
So we currently have Proudshade and Brine in the water. Is that correct?
yeah, you do.
Perfect.
Okay, can I react?
Yes, you may. What would you like to
Okay.
do?
Cornelius's eyes also starts to react, but they go dark instead of shining with lights, and he starts to speak.
I'm
And
scared.
an ethereal sarcophagi appears next to him. He wrenches the door open, steps in, and another one appears floating in the water down by Proudshade. And that door pops open, and he also casts Misty Step. But it looks a little different.
That is the coolest description. Holy
Hell
shit.
yeah.
He just
Would
pops
it
out
do
on the other
very
side into the
different-
water.
A very different Misty Step technique, but now we have 3 people. Perfect.
I'm helping Proudshade.
Hold still, you fool! I'm happy! Let me be happy!
You can't be happy. Just
Drown!
exactly.
You continue to hear these voices calling you. Do you swim towards them?
Hells yeah.
Perfect. Proudshade, you're being
How
helped to
close? How close are Brian and Proudshade? Can I grab both of them?
I mean, if I got in the water quick, I have a swim speed.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Brian is probably a very far distance from you right now.
Mm.
But you're very close to Proudshade as you misty stepped close to him. And is currently trying to help him swim, is that correct?
Yeah,
So-
I'm helping Proudshade. I'm just so desperately worried about Brian, especially as he told me what this was and what to expect, and I'm like all of my voyages and things, I've been so scared of sirens. I think. And
What's the worst that could happen?
we're not trying to escape them.
Is that a question you really want to ask in a D&D game?
Right.
Yes.
With me at the helm? Probably.
Yeah, this is AJ.
I'm AJ.
Look at me. I'm the DM now.
I don't want that.
Cornelius, what would
Sorry,
you like
probably
to
laughed
do?
really loud right into my mic right then.
I need to try and break Brian's trance with these things. Okay, so I'm grabbing Proudshade with my trunk, and my eyes will go dark again. And I'm casting Crown of Madness as a bunch of hieroglyphs appear around Brian's head.
Ooh. Interesting.
Is there a save?
Hang on.
I believe so.
Yeah, there will be probably. Yeah, it's a wisdom saving throw.
Here we go. 13.
Beats it.
He continues to swim away from you. Brian, as you make your way through the dark, salty waters of the ocean, you start feeling seaweed. And you realize about halfway through swimming that your feet can touch the ground. That's how shallow it is immediately.
Oh. Like stand up and have my head above the water, or no?
Yes.
I'll just sort of stand up and look back towards the two that are just struggling, and I'm just like, either I can stand on water or I think we're fine. And just keep on walking towards the sound.
Okay.
Am I able to actually stand, GM?
No, you are not.
Okay.
I start hauling him in that direction where Brian is.
Polyani, Bolter, what are you guys doing?
Is Bolter still trying to bolt over the side of the ship?
He is indeed.
Yeah.
Then I'm still
wrestling
trying to
with
hold
Polyani,
him
yeah.
back.
Like, unhand me, madam. What are you doing? Wreck my turban. This was a gift from the Prince of Xandria.
Is it possible for me to wrestle him to the ground and slap him in the face?
Talons?
Look, that is such poetic flavoring that I will allow you to attempt to do that.
Don't know if I can, but I'm like, it feels like I don't have any magic. All I've got is bitch slaps. So we're gonna give it a go.
Is it with your feathers? Is it with your wing, or do you have?
Yeah,
arms?
yeah. It's with the wing. I'm not gonna hit him with the talons unless
Okay.
I have to.
Okay.
Cast slap.
So there's two parts to that.
Okay.
Firstly, you have to try and get him to the ground. So I'm gonna say you roll another athletics.
Okay.
Let's see if you do
A
that
12 to wrestle him to the ground.
Ooh, I don't think you're successful in getting him to the ground.
Okay.
But you continue to attempt it. And as you do, you watch as Captain Opal's crew begin to suit up in a fashion. They begin strapping swords to their persons and lining up along the ship, ready to dive overboard. They don't seem to be entranced by the 6-part harmony of the sirens, but they are still jumping overboard.
I'm going to look around for the captain. Where is she?
She's still at the helm.
Okay. I'm just going to kind of be hanging off Boltar, trying to stop him going overboard. And I'm just going to yell at her, Captain, should we be letting him jump overboard?
Those that are entranced, potentially not, but for the rest of our journey, we'll need to go on foot.
Okay, then. And I'll let Boltar go.
Run for the deck and just dives over it.
Yeah.
I will say you eventually get to the shores of the first island. It is not very far to the middle of the two. However, those that are entranced by the music do not follow the others.
Where they're headed.
I'm going to glide off the ship onto the beach,
Okay.
which I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And Boltar, Brian, and Proudshade like on the beach, but going in a different direction.
They are still in the shallow waters as of now. They seem to be moving around the island towards some sharp rocks.
Did I manage to escape from Cornelius's grapple?
I believe Cornelius went with you. He helped you to the shores. Was that correct?
I was trying to pulling him to the shallow
So we
water.
went to, okay, cool. Yep.
Yeah. But they're not letting you follow Brian.
I think that we should follow Brian, Cornelius.
Be ridiculous.
Guys,
You've
you're
heard
going
the
the wrong
saying,
way.
we should never split the party. Then the majority of the party is heading in that direction.
Damn you and your democracy.
That's right. I'm a silver-tongued devil, as well as a silver fox. Now let's go.
Snap them out of it. Maybe I can drive off these beasts.
Exactly. Let's go. Brian, wait up, good fellow.
Nope.
I have whiskey.
It's tempting. Just
I'll
keep
show
going.
you my tits.
Perhaps not.
I wish you had said breasts.
I'll show you my breasts.
So, Brian,
Mm.
it is still incredibly dark as you wade your heavy waterlogged boots through the shallow shores. The voices singing to you get louder and louder the closer you get to these sharp rocks that jut out from the island. And upon one of them sits a glorious mammalian man, singing in a deep baritone voice, shark teeth prominent. Do you approach?
I think so. I'm assuming I know how to use the thing I have.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Stepping up, digging into a just a pocket or a pouch on my belt, and yeah, just stepping up.
This mammalian looks down at you. The fins and gills open and close as it sings. The hollow baritone voice, almost encompassing you, surrounding you, making you feel loved. Roll a performance check.
Okay. I'm rolling so badly today. I love it.
Can we see this, or is he like gone beyond?
Brian ran.
Okay.
He's
in the
speedy
shallow
boy.
waters. So you will eventually catch up. I will say, Brian, as you pull out this glorious crystal conch shell, you begin to weave it in the air as you've been taught to use. And you join in on the song of the siren, only you do it terribly.
Yeah, I do.
Your voice screeches out into the air, and just as a fun flavoring, the sound of it cancels out whatever effect was happening to Baltar and Proudshade.
But not to me.
Not to you.
Yes.
Has he stopped to sing?
Has he stopped what, sorry?
To sing? Is he just like standing in front of this?
He's just standing in front of this mermaid, singing to it and weaving a shell in the air in front of it.
Okay.
Even the
Gotcha.
mammalian looks confused as to what is happening.
Like, it's not even good waving. It's just like a rave at this point.
It's like a really bad maraca with no sound.
Is it?
Proudshade, you no longer feel drawn to the voices.
Cornelius. I don't know what came over me. I do apologize.
I know. It's the same thing that came over Brian. If I can't stop him, I can scare him off.
Oh,
He just goes clomping through the water towards.
wait, hold up. Are you sure we should go to where Brian is?
Walrus cut.
Yeah. Split it?
Roll your persuasion check.
Is that okay, GM?
Is that okay? Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Sick.
I'm intrigued.
Shame.
Oh no.
Think of all the tobacco we could buy.
He seems like a decent chap. No. I've lost folks before. As far as I know, he isn't a lover of the captain. He should be okay. running after him. At least I want to just try and stop him doing whatever he's doing.
Whatever he's doing, it's working. Should we not let him continue to do it?
I vote let him continue to do it.
Baltar, what are you doing right now?
Well, having so he snapped out of it as well.
Yes,
that
you
right?
did.
Yeah.
You hear this screech on the wind that completely destroys the beautiful 6-part harmony that's happening.
He's going to that snaps me out. It's like, oh, what is that? God, oh no. He's gonna turn to the mammalian singers he was trudging towards. Like, no, not without my consent, not today. And then walk away from him, walk over to the Proudshade and Cornelius. Sorry about that. I don't know what came over me.
Yeah, me either. Whatever Brian's doing, it's working. Cornelius has decided to go help Brian, and you want to split their cuts?
Split their cuts. You're getting paid?
Or not?
No.
Well, why not? It's usually how this works. Have you been privateering this whole time and not benefiting at all?
I'm not a privateer by trade, sir. This is my first jaunt into the... I feel like I'm being duped, actually, now.
Well, this is usually how it works. Those that survive get a cut.
Oh. And you're saying if we leave Brian for dead...
Brian and Cornelius, they've made their choice.
Good choice. Trust
No,
me.
that doesn't sit well with me, Proudshade.
Oh, okay. Look, If you say we should go help him, I will follow your suit, dear friend.
And I will tug at the ethereal backpack.
I think, what do we say? We help him, and I insist on part of his cut, so I am getting paid at the end of this.
I think that might be better. Strength in numbers and the like.
You
Shall we?
continue forward towards Brian and his god-awful singing and dancing.
But then,
A siren.
I think I have something for this. Actually, he's gonna get his tarot deck out of his pocket. He's gonna like flick through it, and he's like, "I know it's in here somewhere."
Just before you do, fortune teller, do you mind not telling about this?
Let's see how the story resolves, shall we? And we'll
Alright.
see if it makes the cut. And he's gonna here it is. And he's gonna get like draw one of the cards out of the deck and then slap it over his hands, like and then like thrust it forwards, and it's just like a Christopher Nolan just trailer sound comes out, and like and just resonates over Brian's head as he casts Thunderclap.
Hells yeah.
Oh, that sounds like the bard Christopher Nolan. You must be a fan.
Famed.
It'll be a con save from Brian.
Oh god.
He's gonna
Oh,
blast
God.
at the mermalion just off its
Yeah, and the mammalian if it is an actor being hit.
Yes. Dirty 20. That's when I needed to roll good.
18.
18. Well, they both resisted it, so it just wafts over them. It's like, oh, that usually gets applause. So-
What's interesting
tricks.
actually is your contribution to this ceremony seems to inspire Brian further. And the dancing becomes a little bit more succinct. The singing is still, I mean, you rolled a 7, it's still terrible.
Yeah, it is.
But the dancing weaves almost brilliantly along with the sound of the Christopher Nolan bass.
Oh, I'm sorry. I seem to have made matters worse or better. I'm not sure.
You start to see the voice of the siren ascend through its neck and out its gills in tendrils, like wispy octopus, as it enters the conch shell that Brian is dancing with.
I've read about this in a book.
How did it end?
Well,
You see, proud shade blush.
Oh, one of those books.
Oh, a sexy book.
Filthy devil.
But we're gonna have to turn our backs on.
Brian, roll a strength check for me.
Ooh. I'm meant to be good at these as well. Not with that. Oh, decent. 14.
You complete the ritual. You watch as the spirit of the siren enters the conch, and this male mammalian falls from the sharp rock.
Shit.
However, you are all distracted for a brief moment and find yourselves missing the crew of the ship entirely.
Sugar.
Am I no longer affected?
You are not. You now are a proud owner of a voice of a siren.
Well, that worked. Tuck it back into the pouch. Oh, hello.
Just like towards you, and he's just like, splendid. Okay.
Question: where did everyone else go?
Turns around. Teaches us for sailing with pirates. I'm sorry, party.
I resemble that remark. Are there like footprints in the sand or anything?
There may be. Roll a survival check for me. See if you can find them.
Does a 7 find me some footprints in the sand?
No, but you do recall that they were looking for the lost vessel between the two islands.
Oh, guys, they were looking for the lost vessel between the islands. So maybe if we go in the direction where there is an empty ocean,
Between them.
we'll find the midpoint.
Can we see
Right.
the other island?
You cannot, not from here.
Then logic decrees it must be in the opposite direction.
That carpenter of theirs was drinking so much. You must have a whiff about him today. Can I try and perceive which way the carpenter went from the smell of booze?
Interesting. Yes, I will allow
Strategy.
you to roll a perception with advantage.
Okay.
I'm gonna lead in. I'm gonna proclaim.
Why not just go left? A wise Loxodon once said, always go left.
Not if left's just empty ocean, mate.
We're on a beach.
Left.
It's more of a tomb thing.
Now, of course, if you turn left enough times, you do end up turning right.
Oh, nice check.
18.
Ooh, beautiful. Yes. You know that sickly smell that the skin gets kind of 12 hours after you've had alcohol?
Mm-hmm. Or the smell of the pub when you go and open it up the next day.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
The sticky floors of a nightclub, that sort of smell. Mixed strangely with like sweat and onions, seems to be moving through the island to the opposite side.
It's always onions.
You know how when like someone's nose wrinkles in disgust? It's even more impressive when it's a trunk. Yeah. Concertina's up. It's like,
like an accordion. Just
No Loxodon could do that.
Not the night before today. This way.
You start making your way through the island.
Yeah.
You eventually find some tracks that lead you to the opposite side. You can see the island on the other side now. It's a little far away, but quite close to what you were thinking. The two islands seem to make like a hollowed out cavern between them with ocean. Inside, nothing. No ship. Nothing of the sort. You do, however, see Captain Opal place a large box down on the sands of the shore as you slowly catch up to them.
Is it the chef box?
It is not the chef box.
Good.
Does it
Box is a
resemble
coffin?
the chef box in any way?
It is similar. It seems to be within the trunk that she carries. A moving sphere.
Hey, Patrick.
Someone here.
Does
My name
that,
Patrick.
does that box remind you of the other box? The one that made beans?
Proud Shade. I thought you were saying Patrick. I'm sorry.
Your old age is getting to you.
Yes, my hearing.
The starfish down the beach is like, hi.
Oh, why is there a pineapple over there?
May I do an investigation check to see if I can determine whether or not that indeed has anything to do with the cube in
Go
my
for it.
pocket? Investigation. Where are you? There you are.
What is everyone else doing right now?
12.
12, okay.
Keeping an eye on what they're doing with the box and what.
Yeah.
Are they on the beach or are they out in the water?
So they're on the sands just before the water.
Okay. What did the dreams show exactly when I saw them? Like, was it definitely like out in the water, or was it just in this local area?
So the dreams that you were having, this relates to the rumors and intentions for anyone that's watching. So for yourself, Cornelius, your patron sends you another vision. It's identical, the two islands, the water between it. Only in the vision version, there is a giant vessel between them, stuck between the two islands, as if it somehow wedged itself between. It is a vast vessel of the Empire, painted in the colors blue and gold. Cannons are all down the side, and a flag with the crown of the king upon it. Your vision returns to normal. There is no ship.
My detect magic won't reach where they are at the moment, will it? How far away are they?
You are about 40, 50 feet from them now.
Okay, can I get closer? Like the range of detect magic is 30 feet.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys walk up to them, or are you remaining healthy?
No, yeah.
Yeah,
Walk up to
if I don't have to swim, I will make
I
my way
mean,
over.
they're expecting us to be here.
Yeah.
Why do anything
Yeah.
different?
Indeed.
As we walk over, I am going to reach into the ether and pluck another tail out of the air and just have it at the ready.
Not a problem. You make your way over. You now have the range of the spell for yourself.
Okay. Is it the same time magic as on the ship?
It is a
Nice.
highly concentrated sphere of time magic within the chest.
I'm going to say to the others as we're going closer. The captain said something about being here right at the moment the ship ran aground, or crashed, or however she put it. I think they're about to shift themselves or shift the area of ocean to that particular moment.
Would they, in theory, shift the ship to here? If that makes sense? Like, say the ship is in an entirely different spot. I don't know how magic works. Could they theoretically bring the ship to them? Maybe that's how it crashed.
Like, how much had we heard about the ship going missing? Is it a recent thing?
Roll a history check for me.
Okay. Natural 20.
Brilliant. Yes, indeed, it was recent. About 2 weeks ago, notice went round the kingdom.
So they might be about to pop us a couple of weeks back in time, or they're going to pop the ship back a couple of weeks in time.
Forward. Actually, back. Actually, I don't know.
If we go back in time, what happens to us 2 weeks prior? Do we both exist, or?
Well, that depends entirely on which theory of time travel you subscribe to. If you use the multiverse theory, technically, by manipulating the flow of time, we've already created an alternate universe in which ourselves do or do not travel back in time, depending on which one we are actually experiencing.
I'm not sober enough for this.
I'm not drunk enough for this.
Is that called a polyverse?
That one.
Do you drink your whiskey?
I do. Yes, DM. I will too. I will drink my time whiskey.
Oh, I can't wait to see how this panned out. She's been keeping notes.
Roll a con save for me.
Come on, Proud Shade. Do us proud, Shade.
Can I choose to fail?
Can you choose to fail?
Yeah.
Huh. Yes. I
technically.
will allow you to down the rest of your whiskey.
Oh yes.
If you wish to fail.
Yes. I would like to fail this con save and let the multiversal time theory flow throughout me, over me, and become one with the verse.
To be clear, Polly might be talking out of her ass.
Yep.
Watching Proud Shade
Find
just
out.
pass
It was
out.
very convincing.
So, Proud Shade, you down an entire flask of whiskey. So I will say that for the remainder of this one shot, you were inebriated.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
definitely drunk enough for this. Please explain that theory again.
But you also start to see those weird specks in the area around you. Highly concentrated around the sphere in the chest as Captain Opal lifts it. Holding the sphere within her two hands, she starts rotating it. And as she does, you see infinite possibilities. At the same time, you watch the islands rise from the ocean.
Is anyone else seeing this?
Are
What do
we?
we see? Yeah, what do we see?
You are not.
I mean, I see she's holding the. What are you
She's got an orb thing. She's kind of.
moving?
She's
it?
doing something with the islands. There's lots of bright lights around everywhere, and we need to. I don't know what we need to do, but we need to do something right now.
You're having some sort of episode.
I think so.
Can I slap Proud Shade?
Roll an attack.
Like, just a feathered slap, not a talon slap.
Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, wouldn't want to be
I
rude.
feel like Karen's answers to every D&D game is either a slap or a ball kick.
I
Some
resent
sort
that
of violence.
implication, and I roll a 17 to slap.
Perfect. You feather slap Proud Shade across the face.
Oh, that was very surprising and did not hurt in the slightest. There are still bright lights around everywhere, and there is still time being manipulated right now, and well, I don't know if we are privy to everything that is happening right now, so we need to decide what we want to do. Perhaps we should take the time for ourselves? Yes? Huh? Anyone?
I have a question. Close your eyes.
I'm afraid to close my eyes right now, but
Do it real quick. Just
all
like
right, here we go. Closing my eyes. Okay, and the other one.
What happens?
see how you're still here. You're still okay.
Right, I get that.
Deep breaths.
Yes, but I
I think you
feel
might be hallucinating.
it might be happening. But I don't think the captain cares whether or not we are stranded here or not in this weird place torn asunder from the main timeline.
By the time Proud Shade opens his eyes, Brian has moved up to like be face to face, like right up in his grill, just to
Oh.
spook him.
Hello.
Hello. Good.
Proud Shade. Time now, the more that Captain Opal is moving this orb around, moments seem to both last forever and not at all. Things that your compatriots, things that your friends say to you happen long ago and also do not happen.
All right.
You start to see ships on the water. Different vessels. Nothing familiar at first until you see your brother's Imperial ship. A story plays out before you that has not yet happened and yet has happened before. The story is thus: a ship full of Imperial guards and royalty drifts towards the islands under the lure of a siren's song. It was high tide and therefore was able to get between the islands. Only this time, Captain Opal changes the events. The water lowers and the ship remains stagnant in between the two islands.
It wasn't the islands rising, it was the water going down.
Whatever you did, Brian, I thank you for it.
Grab him by the skull and I will kiss him on the forehead and just throw him to his side, and I will start running towards the captain. Both running towards captain and both not running towards the captain. And then I will reach into my side and I will cast a second level spell known as Shadow Blade, and I'll bring it out and I'm going to throw it at the captain using my sharpshooter feature, and I want to use my fighting maneuver, disarm. So I would also like to disarm the orb from her.
Okay, go for it. Roll
Man,
your attack.
All right.
I forgot you're a battle master as well. Oh.
Yep. All right. So I'm throwing my Shadow Blade. I am proficient with it.
Mhm.
I will.
I think we have the same spell list.
And
Just
I'm
to step
minus
Shadow
on
Blade.
5, so it'll be a straight roll. Please be good. Don't have inspiration.
Isabella kind of want you to fail.
Oh! Damn.
What did you end up?
A 7. It's not good.
What's
Seeing that I
interesting-
miss and don't miss, am I able to use my action surge to throw another one?
Unfortunately not.
Okay.
But something that you perceive because of this, the captain moves ahead of your shadow blade. And there is 2 versions of her that move. Slowly, one of them disappears as she reappears on the ship, descending the steps to the island.
Oh, that's a neat trick.
So are we attacking the captain now or what?
Roll initiative.
Ooh, sounds like it. Ba.
Okay.
Oh,
I haven't used one of my maneuvers.
oh, Polly.
26. Polly wants to
Wow.
fucking go first.
Polly wants to fuck shit up. Oh,
Natural one.
Cornelius.
9.
Cornelius.
The
My
dice
buddy.
gods are not with me.
Oh, at least 2 people got good initiatives.
Wow, perfect.
This is why you take ambush.
What is everyone's initiative?
26. Beat
9.
that.
1.
Oh,
14.
20.
Okay, so Polly, Boltar, Brine. Who had the 1?
Cornelius.
Cornelius.
Okay, so then it goes Proud Shade
Then Connie.
and Cornelius. Interesting. Okay, Polly, you see your deranged, drunk friend throw a blade towards the captain mid-ritual with this orb. You don't see anything that he is seeing. You just see her holding a magic orb.
Right. I'm going to launch myself at his back and basically try and get him to face plant into the sand.
Okay.
Is this a contest?
I would assume so, but I'm going to say that
Or is it a shove?
it's more of a shove, so I would assume that is your dex against her strength.
Hmm.
His dex against my strength.
Yes.
Acrobatics or just dex?
You can do acrobatics if that's better.
Sick. There it is.
Oh.
Using the conceptual plane that I find myself on, I will both dodge and not dodge.
Well, I got a 1.
Side.
So I crit failed to fucking tackle.
Ollie, how could you? And how could you not?
You're not making sense.
Polly, you swan dive, and your wing almost clips the sphere. As it does, you see the ship ahead of you. And then it's not there the moment you're not touching the sphere. Boltar, it's your turn.
Baltar's just standing there, just utterly perplexed of what has happened. He's like, "What has already started having an episode and running down the beach and attacking?" This little hummingbird, spectral hummingbird, begins like buzzing around his head. No, go away! Not the time. Wrong story. And he's going to roll another d6 and use another point of bardic inspiration to try and pluck a better story out of the ether than the tale of the clever animal. Oh, tale of the Avenger. That's better.
Ooh.
Ba, 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 ba. I had
Adventurous
to, I'm
symbol.
sorry.
He's just going to hold on to that one for now and is going to... He doesn't even... He's just going to watch for now. He's just like,
Okay.
what is happening? He's watching everyone trying to restrain Proud Shade and... He's gonna look over and observe what the crew and captain are doing. That's his
Okay.
action.
I will give you a brief description of what is happening. The crew seem to be lining up where the water edge meets the shore, preparing themselves for a fight or some sort of event, holding onto swords, taking out bow and arrows, preparing themselves as the captain continues to move this sphere around.
All right. If it's okay, I'd like to use his movement to just walk around the Proud Shade melee towards the captain and just like
Okay.
flag her down. It's like, Captain.
Yes.
It's like, what is? I don't understand. What's happening here?
Well, we have an incoming vessel with some very valuable items on it.
Ah, well, capital. Well, I'll just be over here.
All right.
All right.
Brian, you're up.
Yeah, so I mean, Brian is aware that, of rumors and things, and assumes that Proudshade had at least some good idea of what was happening, because Proudshade apparently can magic. So, am I within 30 foot of the captain?
You are indeed.
Cool. Draw the great sword and just beeline for her.
Go for it.
Cool. And yeah, I'm gonna make my single greatsword attack to try and, just give her a bit of a bop. Alright. I doubt that's gonna fucking 16.
It hits.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Love to
very
see it.
nice.
Love
Very
to see
nice.
it.
I wanna see.
Much higher than my 7.
I'm going to expend a superiority die and try to grapple as a bonus using my maneuver of grappling strike.
Okay.
So, the superiority die is what? D8. Alright, cool. So, what is it? Athletics plus a D8. And then, which one's a D8? Apologies.
So you plunged a sword into her back and then grappled her?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
Pretty much. I should probably roll damage for this attack, shouldn't
If you could.
I? 10 damage and a 21 to attempt to grapple.
Okay.
Don't forget that I'm pretty sure you get to add your superiority dice to the damage as well. Oh, you already rolled it?
I rolled it.
Yeah, sick. I
Rolled
see
a
that.
2.
Yeah, my bad.
Very interesting. So, you plunge this weapon into her back, and you watch as, since she failed her concentration check, she drops the sphere
Yeah.
onto the sand.
Let's just have a chat first, shall we?
What are you doing?
Honestly, following the lead of someone I trust.
Proud
Yeah.
check. You're up.
You're welcome, sir.
I will and I won't run up and grab that orb if possible.
Go for it.
All right. Is there anything that I need to do or roll?
What is your intention with it?
I just want to pick it up and see what happens. Like, if it does, like, suffuse, like, time magic into me, or if there's... I want to see what happens when I pick it up first, and then I'll intend to use it. So my intention is just to pick it up and claim it,
Okay.
and then we'll see what happens after that.
Interesting. So, with an intention to claim it, you pick it up. This sphere pulses within your hand. And suddenly, every timeline plays before you at the same time. It is incredibly overwhelming.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You can see both the beginning of time and the end, and everything in between.
I think I made a mistake, guys.
I can see the universe!
Before you, your brother's vessel. 3 different things happen to this ship. It both arrived 2 weeks ago and 6 years ago. It is both alight with flame and buried beneath the water. And finally, the crewmates aboard the ship are both alive and dead. You get to dictate the outcome. What do you choose?
Yarn, Proud Shade.
Oh no, did we just become the master of time?
Use the beans.
I will not allow my countrymen to fall. I will choose them to be alive.
Okay.
And then in this vast perception of time and series of events, both held aloft in this status of will and won't, who is the cause for their demise in both timelines? The ship and the countrymen, the Imperial soldiers and crew.
From your perception, the ship itself was an accident. But one of the crew members that leaves the ship or dies within it is Captain Opal.
You were there.
Unhand me. This once.
Explain yourself.
As you say that, the ship solidifies. You have chosen for the shipmates to be alive. Therefore, the pirates ready to attack the ship begin to climb. The great battle befalls the Imperial ship. You stand on the shore with a grappled captain and an orb of time. Cornelius, it is your turn.
D&D.
D&D!
Well said, sir.
Yes.
Cornelius wants what's on the ship. So, one of the weapons I chose is a boomerang, which I've decided is his pipe.
Mhm.
So he's going to grab his pipe from his belt with his trunk and whip it and try and knock the orb of time from Proudshad's hands.
Go for it. Roll an attack.
Okay.
On a successful hit, you will knock out the orb from Proudshade.
19.
That hits.
The time orb falls once again to the sandy shores. But the choices of Proudshade have been made. The battle continues in the distance between the Imperial Guards and the pirates. Do you pick up the orb, Cornelius?
Yes.
What is your intention?
Cornelius. You wield unfathomable power.
I think he knows that.
Yes.
You see what's happened now.
But I wield it for my own ends.
Oh,
And he wraps his trunk around it and pulls it from the beach, having seen the ship appear and this whole thing start to happen when Proudshade grabbed it. And he's trying to manipulate things in his favor.
Perfect. Your goal or your aim is to manipulate time, and therefore, Cornelius, before your very eyes, you see both life and death, the beginning of the world and the ending of the world. Before you stands a ship both alight and sunken in water. But for yourself, with your own intentions, you see both the treasure within the ship and within your hand.
Okay. In those instances, what's the fate of the crew? When
Do
it's in
you
my
choose
hand.
for the crew to survive?
So do I make two choices, one for the crew and one for the treasure?
Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, if there's
Find that the treasure belongs to the crew.
Mhm.
What is your choice?
but when the crew were alive just now, the pirates were attacking them, right?
Yes.
And keeping them busy.
Mhm.
Mhm. So he will opt for the crew to be alive but still under attack and therefore busy with that, the treasure to be in his hand,
Mhm.
and will try and implore his patron to get him the fuck out of there.
Interesting. All right. Polly, you're up.
Okay. So Cornelius is holding the orb of time. What is the status of Proudshade?
Proudshade stands next to him, looking at the orb, I'm assuming.
Mhm.
But now you are surrounded by treasure.
Very 4D chess.
Oh my. What a dilemma. And Boltar
Here's
and
your
I-
cut, Proudshade.
Boltar stands beside you.
Boltar's standing there just bewildered. He's like, from his point of view, he doesn't get the fourth dimensional perspective. He just sees the fallout from it. So a ship has suddenly appeared. The crew have clashed with the crew on shore. Then a bunch of treasure has just appeared out of nowhere, and he's just like,
And Brian stabbed a captain.
And still has her grappled.
Oh, yeah.
It's high concept, Boltar, but just go with it. You're here, it's happening.
I have so many decisions I could make right now.
You do indeed. What do you choose?
You.
I am going to dive at the orb of time and try to grab it off Cornelius.
Oh, no.
Make a contention athletics to
orb of time.
take the orb of time from Cornelius.
It's
Get
just
it.
people
15.
deciding whether they want the light on or off.
15.
It's going.
Just depends on how this story ends.
11.
Polly, you choose the orb of time.
What does Polly wish
What
for?
is your intention with the orb of time, Polly?
No idea. What's it going to be?
Oh, like a specific intention or general intention?
A specific intention with the orb itself.
To stop the others interfering with the Captain Opal's like goal.
Ooh.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Polly, you see all of time before you, both the beginning of the world and the end of the world.
There's an image of this
Like a-
pirate head just...
It's like a broken record, guys.
You see the islands forming from beneath the water. You see the ship getting stuck between the two islands. And a few possibilities before you. With the intention of completing Captain Opal's goal, you see amongst the treasure a shining pendant. A pendant very powerful and seemed or known to be lost to the world. You have a few options. the Imperial guards die, and the pirates and yourself return to your previous ship and sail home. The pirates and the Imperial guards fight and do not survive. You and your new friends sail home. Or everyone dies and you take the Imperial ship and sail home with your own vessel.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Oh
What do you choose?
God.
Do it.
Holy.
Holy crap. I could literally kill everyone just by thinking that I want to. That's
Hashtag
intense.
one shot.
Oh. Could you just run them by me real quick again? Compact versions.
You kill the Imperial Guard and the pirates that you came with, so Opal and her crew return with you guys back home.
Okay.
The Imperial Guards and the pirates fight each other, and you and your new friends return home with treasure. Or you kill everyone and get your own vessel and leave the island with treasure alone.
Just like to point out how difficult it is to operate a galleon on your own.
She's wielding time itself. I feel like it would be fine.
Yeah, I think she's got this.
She's gonna infinity gem this. It's fine. It's
Oh, okay. Let us go with option 1.
Option 1.
Hmm.
Okay. Before you, the Imperial ship begins to sink and rot, as though it has been under the water for a millennia. The Imperial guards themselves turn to skeletons and crumble, sinking beneath the water surface. The pirates all look confused, begin to return to Captain Opal, who is wounded and bleeding. However, they have retrieved their goal of all the pirate gold that was condemned or stolen back from the Empire. And you are safe from the catastrophe that befalls you. But you also have control of a time orb. So that is the end of combat. However, what would you like to do with the time orb now that you have it in your possession, Polly?
All right, nobody moves. I've
One's
got
moving.
possession of time and I'm not afraid to use it.
Take all the time you need.
Oh, I will. I've so much time, you guys. Now, everyone take a few nice steps backwards, okay?
Polyani, do not let it control you. You control time.
Yeah, I know. That was the deal, I thought, with the time orb and all.
Do you want me to drop the captain when I step back, or
Oh, that's entirely up to you,
just like
Brian.
Why would you
gotta,
tell us
like,
to take a
comment?
step back if you know whether we're going to or not?
Chokehold.
Baltar, don't look like a nonce. That's not how the orb of time works.
Voltar's on his knees trembling. He just watched a crew of a ship resurrect, charge towards this other pirate crew, and then dissolve into old people.
I'd like you all to know I could have just killed you all with a mere thought.
Thank you for not.
Yeah, it was very generous of
Cornelius,
me.
Cornelius
Why-
remembers his he's like, she could have, yes. Brian, unhand
Why
the
didn't
captain.
you?
Well, I was feeling generous and all, and I'm curious. What did you all want to do with the orb of time?
And that is where we will conclude the one shot. What an interesting outplay. I will
What a
say
time.
that now Polly is the most known pirate throughout the land, a time-wielding parrot aboard a ship of crewmates.
The power.
Drunk with power.
So guys, thank you so much for playing
Hells
this
yeah.
one shot with me.
Had a
I hope
blast.
you enjoyed
you.
the strange time-traveling pirate adventure that we had going on.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
so much
Can we
fun.
do it again?
What just happened?
So
A highly unstable bird person is now in control of the fate of the universe.
Yes,
Time God was born. That's
indeed.
exactly what happened.
There are now legends throughout the world of a time-wielding parrot.
Yes, AJ, I would recommend not making this canon in your homebrew world.
Canon in my homebrew world. However, I do want to revisit this as just a loose legend that exists, maybe? Not in my homebrew world, but in somewhere in the universe, in the multiverse.
When you least expected, a parrot lady steps from the mist. Did you call for the Lord of Time? Well,
Off
she's
again.
a lady.
Several generations later, it's just the same parrot with a time warp.
Parrot in a police box.
Polly wants to control the future.
I'd love to do some favorite moments with you lot and go and spread some love between each other as Dread does on his channel, because we always love love and positivity, especially for this amazing 12-hour charity stream. So Dread, as the resident expert.
Yes, indubitably. Yes, of course.
Please
Yes.
start with your
I would.
Proud Shade's favorite moment.
It would be my pleasure, of course, as the resident expert of it.
I will say that playing an angsty like I eventually got into the funny side again because I think that's my knack. But playing a little bit of a gruff stock character, I think challenged my general playstyle, and I appreciate that. So I feel like Proud Child was a very cool character. He got silly by the end of it, but I think that we're just rolling with the punches at that point. But if I had to pick one moment, I would probably say the Misty Step. I thought that was amazing. I really love that. Hells yeah. All right.
Keren, what was your favorite Proud Shade moment?
Oh my god. Just attacking the captain on the beach, just like, no, fuck it, I'm going for the captain. And I'm just like, oh, this is kicking off.
It's happening. It's happening. I love it.
I love everything about that. AJ, what was your favorite Proud
Shade moment?
Confused me for a moment.
Yeah.
I asked myself the question.
I reckon anything involving the time whiskey. Because time whiskey.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's honestly just a mood.
Yep. if we could all have time whiskey, I think we would.
I think it's just mushies and whiskey at the same time.
I feel bad for not trying the other bottles now, though.
John, what was your favorite Proud Shade moment?
Just the bean obsession and the musical fruit, the magical fruit. I saw it coming, but too late.
I do have to piggyback that. I think it was the serious tone in your voice as you turned to the food cube and went, beans. That I began to lose composure.
Oh hell yeah! I will say that it was that was one of my rumors, and I'm so happy that I was able to spin something that was amazing. So I feel like the intention was there, dear GM, and I hope I did it justice because it was really fun to play.
That was
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
You did such a good job. Pesh,
Josh,
what was
is
your
it?
favorite Proud Shade?
My favorite was the Two Truths and a Lie game. Just like your response was just awesome. He's like, I love to smoke. I love to dance. I don't know. The way just your delivery of it. And then when you repeated it later, it's like, you like to dance? You're like, I love to dance. I felt passion for the dance. It was good.
Thank you so
It was
much.
brilliant. And congratulations on both proving your rumor and your intention for today's game. That was awesome.
Oh hells yeah. I love mini games like that. So when they're worked in, I was like, yeah, okay, I'll run with that. There's a few games I've played before that have fates or like secrets or things that you're meant to try and reveal. Especially in one shots, it's difficult, but it's a lot of fun. So I love it as a game mechanic. So thank you, GM.
No
That's my no you.
Keren, your favorite polyarmy?
Oh. I'm trying to not do the obvious and say my God of Time moment, but to not do my God of Time moment, I'll say the moment when Polly just let go of Boltar and let him dive over the side of the ship because they're meant to be going that way anyway.
Okay.
And the captain was like, probably not if they're enchanted, but we are going that way. And he's like, oh, okay.
We'll
Didn't quite push him off the ship, but pretty damn close.
go in the same order just so I don't confuse myself. So, Dread, your favorite Polly moment?
Okay, I'm gonna take the selfish one of sharing that bean moment with me and instigating that whole scene, because it wouldn't have happened if you didn't follow and see what was happening. So I love that interaction so much, because our characters started from a point where it was like, and the one that's ignoring me, I'm not ignoring you, to the point where I'm confiding in you. I loved it. I loved it so damn much. There was a journey there, and I was so happy to be on that journey with you without your characters. So
You've beans and time orbs.
Oh, man, it was such a pleasure playing with you. I loved every second, Karen.
Oh,
AJ?
I had the moment and then I forgot it. Turkey pigeon. When you realized you were technically being a cannibal, but not, because, turkey pigeon. That was funny.
John?
I loved I love the fancy feathers pose was great from the school competition. It's like very, very, very like, and your face when you like seeing through time as well. I just got this very vivid images of what this parrot was looking like. Just the physical side of that. There, it was great.
Thank you.
Pesh?
I really enjoyed the grapple moment between Voltar and Polly. And like the choice of grabbing the turban was just perfect, like to fit the mechanically fit like the you beating him on the dice rolls, and just like he's so vain about the turban, it's like his prized possession. He's like, no, don't pull the feathers. It was great. It was.
My mind canon was that he's actually bald. If Polly had got the turban off, everyone would have seen.
It's like the old Friar Tuck haircut, the piece of Devon on top.
It's canon now. I have to commend you, Karen. I loved your character choice, and you did really well with your intention of spying on Dread's character was actually part of her backstory.
Oh,
So-
wow.
Oh, really?
That's
Okay.
amazing.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I was wondering about the fixation there. It's like every moment.
Yeah, so Polly had been sent to spy on Dread's character and not been told why, and to either report back with his movements or kill him if he was dangerous.
Oh, I love it. I love that so much.
Karen,
Makes
you were always
sense.
a pleasure to DM for, and I loved the sassiness of your parrot pirate. I think my favorite moment was your resume of being a good pirate had nothing to do with being a pirate. There's two things that were just bird related and not at all pirate related, and I loved it very much. So going around the circle, AJ.
Yeah, favorite Brian moment was the entire siren scene, because that was just, it was perfect, especially for my intention. When I failed the save, I'm just like, welp, brilliant.
It was glorious watching you shake that for like a 10-minute scene. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Dread, your favorite Brian moment?
AJ, you are an absolute pleasure to play with, and you remind me of many of my players, which I felt so comfortable with your character and getting in there and trying things and being scene partners. But I think one of my most favorite parts was when my eyes were closed and you were like right here when my eyes opened up, because I was all about it. I was like, hell's yeah, of course that would happen. Of course Brian would do that. I will also say that your inclinations, your mannerisms were on point. So that's, as a constructive point, you were doing so well there, because you were cocking your head back, the way you inflected your voice, it was chef kiss. But my favorite moment was definitely like this, because it gave me a chance to interact, and I love to interact. So you were like, here, and I was like, yes, I will. So yeah,
Yes,
hells
please.
yeah. Yeah. Pleasure playing with you anytime.
Thanks, man.
Karen, your favorite Brian moment?
I just loved that he sang so badly. He did a siren's curse on like 2 other people.
Yep.
I just love that whole, like, it's kind of piggybacking, I'm sorry, but that whole kind of just, the other 2 get held back, but he's just straight over the side.
Just yeet.
It's like,
It was
ah!
glorious.
And then, got to capture a siren voice at the end of it. So, terrible decision / amazing decision. I dig it.
John?
I'm sorry. It was such a focal, like, prime moment for Brian in the whole thing. Just this, during the whole siren thing. I was second. Karen's there. Just the surprise of what was happening with the conch shell. Like when the merman, like spirit started going, I didn't like realize what it was, and then suddenly you have captured the spirit of this creature. It was just that threw me for such a loop, because I was like so thinking he just needed rescuing. And he was actually very much in charge of the situation. I was like, did I miss a bit in the group chat when we were all told to pick a magical item or something? I was like, what?
I was not in charge of that situation.
That was great.
Pesh?
Mine was the moment where Cornelius and Brian and Boltar were all left in the room together when the other two snuck off to the kitchen. And Brian's just constant skepticism of Boltar's abilities, and he just kept like doubling down on it. It's like, not impressed. And Boltar's like, oh, I really got to pull out the big guns for these guys. It was good.
I mean, didn't show me any proof that it was actually, like, I suppose the most mystical thing that was done was the backpack.
Yeah.
From Brian's perspective, it's just like, okay, you can summon a like mystical backpack. Cool.
AJ, you did really, really well with the intentions with the conch shell and the capturing of the siren's voice. That was beautifully done. But my favorite part of that was the occasional moments where you would actually sing terrible like sound, and it would just pop up in between the scene. It was glorious. Your enthusiasm to jump overboard and run at the sirens was, clear as day to me, because I knew what you were doing. But so well done. So well done.
Thank you.
We had one from Corsairs Cove from Josh in chat. The reaction to succeeding in capturing the voice of the conch shell. Well, that worked.
Okay.
Awesome. We have done. John, your turn.
Myself?
Yes, your favorite Cornelius moment.
The easiest bit. Not at all. Myself. I think I really enjoyed flavoring the spells and changing them to be aligned with the patron, and getting to describe that. It's always fun. The pipe smoke for the mage hand is a callback to my first ever online game. There was a fantastic player in that game who was a wizard, and all of it was around. He was a pipe smoker, and all of it was flavored from his pipe smoke. All the spells that he cast. But all the kind of Egyptian styled one was really fun to do.
Awesome. Dread, favorite Cornelius moment?
Oh boy, John, I love playing with you every time that we sit down, and I just love it. I think my favorite moment was the conversation that we had prior to going to see Brian, when I was like, we could just leave him behind, and you were like, share his cut. I was like, yes, of course I do. I love that scene so much.
Immediately you turned on it.
I know. I was like, hells yeah. It was great. I loved the same point that I was making about the interactions. You're always interacting, and you're always offering interactions, which I love so much. So I love that. And to mirror that just a little bit more, I loved that you were asking people about their characters and what was happening, because that sort of gameplay is the one that I respect and I try to do as well. Less so with Winston Proudshade, but I love that you did that, and you gave everyone an avenue to tell their story in a one shot, and that shouldn't go unseen.
Impressive.
It's very great. And to reflect that, I was in that scene with you. I was like, don't forget to ask him about his story, because that's something that should be done. So yeah, big props for that. Massive respect for that. And when are we playing next? But you can answer and both answer and not answer. Not too long.
Not too long. Yeah, not too long.
I won't tangent on someone else's stream. We'll move on.
AJ, your favorite Cornelius moment?
Is it not Keren next in the circle, or no?
Break the circle. Don't break the circle.
Might be, but you
Yeah.
go now. 'cause I said it.
Okay, I'll go. I think just the whole like the matching the cheese with the pipe weed, like just it was so, I was so caught off by it, and just it was beautiful. And also, honestly, just anytime Cornelius spoke, I just got a warm and fuzzy feeling. Just it was always so just pleasant. Yeah.
Keren?
I think I roleplayed the undead warlock wrong.
Never.
Speaking of drunks, sniffing out the drunk carpenter to find our way to the crew.
Yeah.
Damn.
Use those locks on advantages.
Loved it so much. I loved a lot of the trunk stuff you did, but that one was just like, can I smell the drunkard?
I will piggyback on that one and say the retracting of the trunk when you smelt it. Beautiful visual of that. Pesh?
When you got hold of the orb, and you just the gravitas that you delivered the line is like, I use it for my own. It was fantastic. Yeah. As AJ said, the warm and fuzzies.
Oh, you were gonna destroy it.
Okay. Lastly, Pesh.
Oh, for myself.
Yes, for yourself, your favorite bolt.
Well, when I picked this class and I saw how much sort of different random things can happen with the spirit channeling and stuff, and the ability to use a Taroka deck as the arcane focus, and like obviously like I have one, and I took the opportunity, and I was like, I'm not going to plan anything for any of these card draws or spirit summons. Like I'm going to make everything up on the fly and see what comes out, and I'm quite happy with what I managed to come out with. So
Really?
Awesome. Love that. Dread?
I've wanted to see a College of Spirits played so bad, and you did it to perfection. I loved every tale and every interaction that came out of your character. I'm going to be selfish, and I'm going to say that my favorite moment was definitely the description of the Traveler. I loved that so gosh darn much, and it was so flippin' cool as well. And like, you weaved it, but it was never too much. So it was always accenting and building your character. It was never like, it was done like to perfection. So I loved every single moment, but my favorite moment was the backpack, the Traveler, and then hooking me up with that 5 HP increased speed, and also
and AC.
An AC. Like that was nuts. So I really want to play a College of Spirits now. So you've inspired me to reach out and do that class. So hells yeah.
Beautiful. Welcome, Wisdom Saves party of 13 raiders. You've just put us the favorite moments of the second game of today's 12-hour charity stream. There is another game starting at 6, so stay tuned and please stick around because it's going to be epic, pirate themed for Talk Like a Pirate Day. And all the funds raised goes to helping kids with cancer for the Childhood Cancer Support Charity. So please stick around. Keren, favorite bolt-on moment?
Just been sitting here trying to narrow it down to one in my brain, and my brain just keeps spitting things at me. I just really enjoyed like I'm kind of piggybacking, just the flavor of your character was really great. It was just the little choices you made throughout that just gave it such a lovely kind of, I had a real vivid image of Boltar as like a person and a character. I could see him like doing that trick where they like pull the card out of thin air.
Yeah.
Where they're like, no. And yeah, just every time he says, I pull another story out of the air.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's so cool.
AJ?
Yeah, I mean, anything with the Taroka deck, like especially that first one where it was all spinning around. That was very, very cool, even though Brian thought, but yeah, also just at the very end where you just sort of sat back and you're just like, let's see where this goes. I was just like, yep, that is perfect, Boltar.
Well, Boltar had more or less like achieved what he wanted to come for. He just wanted to get out alive at that point, and he was like,
John, your favorite bolt-on moment?
I was going to go with the descriptions of the cards as well because it was so good, but I will go with just all of the reactions during the scene on the beach at the end. Just like the initial confusion and not knowing what's going on, and then the uncertainty of which way to go with it, and then the reactions to everyone, getting control of the time orb, and it was all so good.
Thank you.
Awesome. I loved your description at the very beginning of your character itself with the jewel inset and the turban with the feather. I could see your character visually and I loved that. Everything you did from there was just a bonus.
But the
Thank you,
feather,
guys.
not the feather. He got the feather. That's so great.
I'll give you another one.
Gorgeous.
I do regret that we didn't get to a closure place where I could have been like, and here's the feather.
Yeah.
You're happy now?
Oh wow, we just got a donation from, I don't know how to pronounce that, Thamor 2019, who just donated $223.
Holy crap,
Found
Samuel, you're
out
amazing.
the number.
Big love.
Thank you so
Thimor.
much. That's amazing.
Holy shit.
Legend.
So cool.
Oh yeah.
Hells yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's good to see you, Samuel.
I will do a quick favorite DM round. If we want to.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Come
Yes.
on, come on.
Yep.
I'm
Do you have
There's
a
no
self- do you have-
escape
do
for
you have
you,
a self
other
one?
AJ.
Do you have a self moment?
I
Yeah.
do. I liked the chef box, and I'm to explore the chef box more.
Hells yeah.
It's probably one of my favorite creations, and I will explore that again in another campaign. So
I'm so curious
Alright,
about the
yeah.
midnight thing. What's the midnight thing?
I get to go first.
Drake,
Cute.
you're up first.
I get to go first, so none of my moments are going to tell. I love high concept so much. Like I adore high concept. So when we get into this whole time, beside time, both things happening and not happening, and there's this whole mysterious mystic storyline, I'm about it. So I adored it. Every single second I loved, because I'm a high concept person as well, and I feel like we are kindred in this storytelling. So I was like, yes, so much, because it was a very Schrödinger. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. Thing to say, and it was something that I just I'm gonna give you the illustrious all of it. But if I have to pick one moment, and I should, I will say Captain Opal was on point. There was so much about Captain Opal that I loved. There was a villain there, but not a villain there. So even you were reflecting that even in the main NPC. So yes, high concept, love Captain Opal, love. Yeah,
Thank you,
hells yeah.
Karen.
Oh my god. I just loved when we're all fighting over the orb of time. And when we each got it, you say, "You see all of time," and every time it happened, you said it with the same inflection and tone, and it was just really fun.
Yeah.
And it just I don't know if you've ever seen Randy Writes a Novel. It's a stand-up show, and throughout the show, he keeps trying to read the novel. It's like Walk into Sky, Chapter 1. And it just reminded me of that. There's just we're just fighting over it, and there's you see all of time.
You see all the time. You see where the world was birthed.
No,
I was
the
like,
end,
hells
the
yeah.
death and life, what you choose. And I just, that repetition was just
It
lovely.
was so great.
It's very satisfying.
Yeah.
AJ.
First off, what a pleasure to be DM'd by another AJ.
We'll have to do the reverse now because I
Oh,
also
God.
need to be DM'd by AJ.
Maybe we'll see. I think the description of the crew was really cool. Just the way you just really subtly just one word or one line description of all of them, and I just could see them, especially the powder monkey. Powder monkey is a I want a familiar to just be a powder monkey.
He was a cutie. He was called Beazle. We never got to his name.
Beazle, aw. I wish I'd remembered. I would have been like, I have a
Beazle.
lot of time and I demand the powder monkey.
Beazle's the unsung hero. I feel like Beazle should be the Time Lord.
Oh, Beazle should have got the time orb. I want to know.
Time
what
monkey.
Beazle wanted.
We
There's
just
a
got
TV
the
show.
The
Right.
Adventures of
Time
Polly
monkey.
and Beazle, the
Yeah.
parrot and the
Yeah.
powder monkey that go on time.
Until he messes up and puts the time ball in the cannon. He's like, oh shit.
No.
John,
What happens if you cannonball a ship with the orb of time?
Well,
Find out
someone
next
else
time.
owns the orb of time.
we'd shoot time.
John?
Even, and I know probably the Joshes, all the Joshes will agree with me here. Even as someone that DMs all the time, the complete impossibility of reading what was happening in your mind and what was about to happen to us, your quote unquote DM screen that you have somewhere where we can't see it, but it's equally effective. is so good. Just the expressions and the hints that something terrible had just happened.
You're giving me options and I can't tell which one you want me to go with.
Karen knows it
fabulous.
best with the Academy of Xandar. I always love to leave people having more questions than answers.
Freaking telescope.
Pesh?
Close your secrets.
You're the master of intriguing characters, AJ. Whether it's an NPC or a player character like Uma in from the Wildermouth session that Dread DM for us, and then the pirate captain Opal in this one. It's just kind of the way you portray the characters, and it always just makes me want to know more about them. And especially with the intention that you gave Boltar of like basically needs to know what the captain's up to, and then after the first dinner scene, I couldn't wait for more interactions with the captain just to find out more about her and what she's up to. So
yeah,
props for that.
Thank you. I like making intriguing characters because it makes it more puzzling for you guys, and that's my favorite thing to do as a DM is to leave people confused. I don't.
Why do you think I want to play Academy again? I have so many questions.
See, like we completed 2 seasons of a show and it's still.
May I throw a proverbial grenade in this relationship between you and Karen, AJ? She wields the all-seeing orb of time. Can she not just ask you a question, just one question that she wants answered now that she is holding this conceptual sphere of power?
They exist in 2 different universes, the Academy of Xandar.
But I remember, actually, there was conversation about a multiversal connection between time and strands of consideration possibilities.
Confirmed, it's not multiverse theory. It's
Confirmed.
Yeah, I love
There's
it.
this thing AJ likes to do before you go live, and she's just like, does anyone have any questions? And we're always like,
It's my favorite thing to do because they always
so
are
many.
like maybe,
So
and then we
great.
go live.
So
What is the telescope for?
Perfect. Well, that concludes the second game of this awesome 12-hour charity stream. I'm very pumped and honored to be the DM for you guys and for this event. Thank you so much for having us and for having me. Guys, please donate to this cause. It's awesome. All of the proceeds are going towards childhood cancer support, which is an awesome charity group, family focused, that help affected children and their families, supporting them through the hardest journey that they will ever face, honestly. So I'm blessed to be able to play pirates with you in order to raise funds for them. Also, a quick shout out to our sponsors, Wooten Forge, with their high quality tabletop gaming accessories, including dice rollers, dice boxes, and so on and so forth. They have given us a dice keeper with a red Bordeaux inlay, exactly like the one Karen's holding up, only a Tasmanian blackwood wood. It's gorgeous and it's one of a kind. So you go into the chance to win that if you donate $5. Every $5 gets you an entry into that. And also our second sponsor, Roll with Advantage, an all-female crew, have given us a couple of sets of gorgeous dice for that pool as well that you can win. Including some enamel pins and some stickers. So go check them out, and on their website, rollwithadvantage.com.au, if you want to come check out some of their dice as well. But until that, we're going to go for a break, and Corsairs Cove will be back at 6 with the third and final game for today's event. Guys, tell them who you are quickly and do a little sign off for us, starting with AJ. Who are you?
I'm AJ. You can find me live every Monday with the rest of my D&D group at the Eldritch Scribe on Twitch. We play at 12 p.m. GMT +1, and it is pure chaos, and I love it.
Brilliant. Pesh.
I am Josh, aka Tales of Pesh. I am a DM/music producer. Obviously, I'm from Australia, like everybody, all the other lovely people here. And except for John, who is in Japan.
I'm British.
Based in Australia is what I meant. Like, this is for time zones, John. For time zones is what I'm getting at. You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, Patreon, all the links. Check it out.
Perfect. They're in the chat if you want to go check out Pesh. And also, John, we've just adopted you now. You are
Yeah, you're just
Australian.
one of us, John.
Yes.
Well, you are in our time zone, so.
Time zone, same heart.
Speaking of Phoenixiwaki, where can they find you?
Yes, I am John of Phoenixiwaki and honorary Australian, and it is a pleasure to play with all these people always. You can come and see us playing over on our channel rather a lot because we do enjoy this game of D&D. We are playing Rime of the Frost Maiden, Out of the Abyss, and Candlekeep Mysteries. Next month we have 2 campaigns starting, Barovia and Beyond, a homebrewed Ravenloft campaign, and the incredible CZRPG from Brazil has written a campaign called Jacinta's Tyranny. We are heading over to the Sea of Fallen Stars for the incredible release of this new product, which is coming out and sponsored by the writer himself. It's going to be absolutely fabulous. And there's going to be a one-shot roulette with GMs Josh and Elle as well from the fabulous channel over there. And we cannot wait. Also being joined by those from Question Keys UK and Scarlet as well. It's going to be fabulous.
Beautiful. Dread, speaking of.
Oh, hello! I'm Josh, the dreaded GM. I love Dungeons and Dragons. I love community. I love collaboration. I love everything. I'm a big ball of wholesomeness and love. I want to change the meaning of dread one day. So when you think of dread, you think of me instead of something that's bad that's happening. I'm very proud of what we've done here today, raising $750 for kids that are incredibly sick and their families. I can only imagine what that's like, and I hope not to know it. Yes, thank you everyone at home that has donated. If you want to see more of what I do, type in Dreaded GM on the Twitch search bar or YouTube and you'll find us there. I'm about to go run my own game, but don't you dare click off. You stay here with these wonderful people. You can check out the VOD later. And if you want to know what's happening in the future, I am holding a 3-day bender of everything geek, tabletop role-playing, whatever we can do. We're holding a virtual convention where we're going to be playing Dungeons & Dragons. We're hoping to have ball game rooms. We're hoping to have a cosplay area. We're hoping to do a bunch of cool things. So if you want to find out more about that, go follow us on the Twitch channel or join our Discord where we post all our announcements. So thank you very much for having me, guys. And I will hopefully not see you in 20 minutes. So yes.
And Keren.
Hello, I am Keren, otherwise known as the Mother of Bunnies on Twitch and in chat. Sorry, on Twitter. I can't speak. It's been a day. It's been a great day. You can catch me on Roll for Damage at a non-specified point in time to do the other half of what was supposed to be the one-shot Nocturne Nights, DM'd by the amazing Cossack Nico, which is going to be so much fun. I will also be right here on Corsairs Cove on Thursday nights for our Humblewood spin-off, Humblewood Civil War. Which probably sounds way more dramatic than I'm capable of being in a D&D scenario, so we'll see how that pans out.
Not at all.
You can also see me live on stage if you live in Perth on the 3rd of October at the Rosemount Hotel, and you can of course go and check out the D&D podcast There Be Dragons whenever you feel like it through your favorite podcasting platform. And thank you again to everyone who's donated and so far and made this day so much fun and awesome, and to these wonderful people who've come onto mine and Josh's little piratical adventure we're starting here. Thank you. We hope you'll come back sometime.
Thank you for having us. Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Pleasure.
Hit me on.
And I have been AJ Winters, your DM for the second game, and I'm so humbled
Thank
to be
you.
here. Honestly, it's been amazing. You can find me over on Winter's Tales, my channel on YouTube, where I do world building videos every Sunday. So the episode for today is coming out. I'm going to try and time it between the breaks so you guys can watch it in between all of this chaos or later tonight. But yes, I'm building a world one step at a time that I'm going to host and DM a game in next year. I'm very excited for it. So go check that out. But until then, we're going to leave you guys for a little bit, and Corsairs Cove will be back at 6 p.m. Yay!